Jared Goff! Jared Goff! Jared Goff! Let's go! We're partying in the dark right now. Welcome to Wake Up Woodward, people. Welcome, man. Thank you guys for choosing to kick off your day. Let's call this Jared Goff Day with Wake Up Woodward.
Hey, let there be light.
Let there be light. Hey, yo. Got Mr. Flannel Sam up in the desk. We got the entire starting five. We got intern Justin in the building doing a lot of good work for a lot of the shows on the network. Woo, what a day.
Yeah, I think one thing that we can all agree on right now, whether you are ecstatic, whether you are victory lapping, whether you are think it's a little bit too much money. I'm not saying what side of the aisle I'm on. I'm just giving the options. There's a certain clarity that is oddly comforting with this. Not even oddly comforting. There's just something about clarity that we can all kind of band together and just maybe be less divided as a fan base.
You know what? I know we're going to get into it, especially in the second segment. So I'll hold some comments. But shout out to our booth today, as always, the illustrious, wonderful, stupendous, marvelous. Shout out to KG in the sound booth, Detroit's #1 draft pick.
You know it. What's up?
Though? And shout out to Woodward Sports MVP, Mr. JBSMOOOOOV in the Tuesday. Diddy Booth! What up, though?
Damn it. What's up, fellas? How you guys doing?
Hey, I love the Lions swag, and you guys already know we got our Lions and Tigers reporter in the building, Mr. Matthew Broder. What up, though, bro?
Good morning. What up, though? What up, though? Jared Goff got paid.
Got paid?
Brad Holmes has been handing out money so much this last couple weeks. What is it, $444 million?
Dollar bills, y'all.
Let's go. Detroit Lions have their franchise quarterback. This is the time. Super Bowl window. Here it is.
That's what I was going to say. Not just franchise quarterback. We've seen franchise quarterbacks and what that can mean in Detroit. This is their Super Bowl window franchise quarterback, which makes this that much better to me. Matt, tell the people what we're going to be talking about today.
Jared Goff.
No, really?
Obviously.
No way.
We're talking Jared Goff. We do have a segment about the Pistons, a new segment called Layup Lines. I'm going to pose some questions to you two up there on the desk just to set the stage for our Woodward Pistons segment tomorrow with Rod Beard, and we're going to finish the show in the 9 o'clock hour talking about the Tigers and that Spencer Torkelson, that bomb last night. Is Tork back?
He might be.
He might be.
We'll see.
That was a big moment.
We will see, and we're going to have a special guest who goes by the name of Stick coming into the studio at 9:30. I hear he has like CVS long receipts that he just wants to show you guys, just wants to share with the world.
Oh, God.
I'm pretty sure they involve Jared Goff. They might be directed at Easy / Flynn. I'm not quite sure why Flannel got his stray, but apparently you have strays coming your way.
Well, Flannel did Stick last week, so that's why.
But that's not Jared Goff.
Hey, you know what though? That if you want to say that me and Stick kind of have a little bit of a rivalry, and that's where it stems from, and maybe I have what you would call a different view of the quarterback position in general. It doesn't just relate to Jared Goff than others. But for some reason on that meme that he posted, I was one of 3. so like top 3 Goff haters he knows is me, allegedly. That seems a little crazy. But you know what? It's all well and good. We'll have a little friendly banter.
Let's rock. So we got a flamethrower segment today. That's going to be dope. I know last time we were talking about Cade and Ivy. Today it should be much more engaging and entertaining conversation with Flannel Sam and Stick talking about Jared Goff. I don't know why you caught the stray, though. I think largely your comments have been measured about Jared Goff. Ultimately, I believe when you're talking about a Jared Goff re-signing, my mind first goes to trust in Brad Holmes.
Trust.
That's just where it goes.
Yes,
That's just where it goes. But I know we got a lot of Jared Goff that we're going to talk today. Let's talk about these Tigers.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Just real quick, we're just going to share the score. We're going to break down the game in the 9 o'clock hour. But they were losing, what was it, 5-3 heading into the 8th inning. They had a 3-0 lead in the 4th, immediately gave it back in the 5th. Matt Manny was on the mound, by the way, called up to pitch for Kenta Maeda, who's on the 15-day injured list. The Tigers should have won that game. It was about to be maybe the worst loss of the season, but Tork came through in the clutch. He hit a bomb in the 8th inning. Again, we're going to cover it later on in the show, but Tigers win 6-5. That's a big win in game 1 of that series.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's you stole the words right out of my mouth. And I'll just before I know we're going to break it down a little bit in detail with what happened to the Astros in the Astros series in which the Tigers unfortunately dropped 2 out of 3. It's created a in my opinion a must sweep series when it comes to the Miami Marlins. And hey, Spencer Torkelson, he came through. Shout out Torque. I guess they come in bunches. Shout out Spencer Raxter, by the way, who predicted that on BDD yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Big shout out.
Oh, wow. Big shout out, man. It's going to be interesting to see who this Tigers team is as the bats warm up, as the bats get a little bit more consistent. We hope, fingers crossed, because they have a lot of different pieces. We all know this to make them very, very viable in the AL Central. I'm with you, though. They got to sweep the Marlins.
Yeah.
They have to. You're talking about 3 straight series losses after 4 straight series wins. And now you're playing a team that's, in my opinion, down in the dumps. I wanted to see this team go out there and take care of business against teams like the Marlins. And you know what? You guys said it. The Astros are talented, but I still wanted to see them go out there and win that series.
Well, what's done is done. But the reality is the Marlins, that loss drops them to 11-32. You got to sweep those bums.
Yes, sir.
And I have a
sweep those bums.
And while we're on the Marlins, I have I would say a bone to pick with the Miami Marlins that is personally me. And Broder, you might appreciate this. I'm not sure. KG, you might as well. All of you. I'm just curious to see what you guys' thought on this. Jazz Chisholm was on the cover of MLB The Show 23.
He was.
What? That's bothering me from day one. Jazz Chisholm is as mid as it comes.
Damn.
But he's considered this like exciting, flashy player, so he gets MLB The Show.
He was 2 for 4 yesterday, wasn't he?
Congratulations. Clap. Clap for Jazz Chisholm.
Slow clap.
He's so mid. It's just
so big.
It's one of those like MLB marketing kind of ploys where it's like, let's get this flashy, exciting player instead of guys who are actual, superstars of baseball. Shohei wasn't on it. Mike Trout wasn't on it.
No, Shohei was on it. That's why he was on the year before.
He was on the year before.
22.
Okay, well, he should be on every year.
He really should.
Before Jazz Chisholm.
Yeah, he really should.
Bum.
So upset.
I am upset.
Hey, Jay Cruiser says super mid.
He is mid.
Oh my gosh, I love it. But obviously the news of the day,
Dun, dun, dun.
Jared Goff. Hey, JB, can we get a poll in the chat just to kind of see where people are with this contract extension? It was a lot of money.
Man.
I don't mind. Let's put up that next slide. The Jared Goff got paid one.
I got you.
Yeah, 4 years, $212 million. You know what? You can keep that one up
All
too.
right, cool. I was
Dan
gonna say, I don't know if that's the right
You're good
one, but-
enough for Detroit, Jared Goff.
You damn right.
And that's what I want to know is how does the chat family feel about this deal? What does this mean for the Lions' expectations over these next 4 years? What do you think this means for their roster construction over the next 4 years and beyond? Because Brad Holmes promised us longevity, that they're building for long-term success, not just even for this Super Bowl window, which is it's still crazy talk. If a GM came in here and said, hey, we're just building for long-term success, before I saw this, I would be like, okay, I'll wait to see it. He's talking about long-term success and Super Bowl short-term success, which is it just blows my mind. And obviously this contract right here is a microcosm of that.
Yeah, I mean, the way that they've constructed this roster, the Detroit Lions are now a well-run organization. Not only a well-run organization, one of the best-run organizations in the NFL. And it didn't take long for that to happen. And the reality is that they have their quarterback who they perceive to be the guy, a guy who, with him at the quarterback position, the Lions have gone to heights that they really haven't ever. I mean, I guess 1991, but like that's a really, really long time ago. And before that, it was 1957. So they feel like they need to lock him up to a big deal. Is it a lot of money? Certainly. Did he earn an extension? I'm talking about Jared Goff. Of course he did. And that's, to me, why I'm more okay with it than I might have initially thought. If you would have told me before the season, like he would get $53 million a year, I would have been like, I don't know about that. Actually, before this season, I probably would have been like, oh, hell no. But,
Hell no.
But, they're being a big boy organization.
Damn right.
They're re-signing the guys that have been some of the greatest reasons why they've had their success. I mean, Penei Sewell, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jared Goff. I mean, they're here for the long term. And they're 3 of the most important players on this team.
Have an off-season Brad Holmes. I first like to thank you because I truly believe he was going to wait to re-sign Jared Goff until June 1st. But after the Pistons got the number 5 pick in the NBA draft lottery, he needed to uplift the city. He needed to transform this fan base to give us some positivity while we sit and we bask in the 5th pick as the worst team in the NBA. No, but Brad Holmes this offseason, look what he's done. Look what he's done. He's improved the offensive line. He's improved an already top 5 run defense. He's completely rebuilt the secondary. He's locked up your offensive core, Penei Sewell, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jared Goff, for the foreseeable future. It's an incredible move for this Lions organization. We talk about $444 million in contracts they've handed out, but it's to the right players. They're doing what they need to do. And I think we might talk about this in more detail, but this Goff signing, to me, it's also a chess move. Like, you know who's coming up in this next group of quarterbacks, and there's one in division. It might be this offseason. Before the season starts, it might be next. Jordan Love. He's under contract through the 2024 season. He's got to get paid. The cost of that just went up. Tua.
Yeah.
Dak. Trevor Lawrence. We're talking quarterback contracts that are going to start reaching $60 million a year. And we get Goff at $53 million.
Yep.
Like, I think the I don't want to say haters, the people who aren't maybe as excited about this contract, I imagine if he got paid like $49.99 million a year, they would have no problem with it. It's that 5 in front of it. But once these next couple years play out, the salary cap keeps jumping up.
There you go.
The deal is going to be worth it. We'll judge the contract better when we see the cap hits and how it's structured. But the fact that this is done, we have our quarterback. We know what we're doing going into the season. Man, let's go. Let's go.
Let's go, because Jordan Love's, that's so key. Jordan Love's next contract is going to basically eat into what the cap space rise is every single year. Jared Goff is locked in right now. So if the cap space continues to rise next year, the year after, even if it didn't rise, it was already going to be a good deal when you look at what quarterbacks will get a couple years from now. With the fact that the cap space is going up like we saw this season, and everyone was like, oh, extra money in the bank for Brad Holmes, and he used it appropriately. I know one of the things people are worried about or have some concern or question about is, what does this do to Brad Holmes being able to keep up this long-term success? When you look at what he was able to do this offseason, which is why I'm glad you brought up everything that he's done, Broder, you see a guy who's able to make shrewd moves. It's not just the overall chess move of locking in Jared Goff before these other quarterbacks start getting the bag, and then potentially his price goes up based on also the success we have this year, but the chess piece of locking in Jared Goff and knowing, think about this, if this was any other year, you're drafting Terrion Arnold, and you know he's the day one starter. But right now, you got Terrion Arnold and Rakestraw, who could literally be depth pieces. When you're talking about the long-term ability to put a team together with cheap talent, not bad talent, cheap and good talent through the draft, as well as being able to go out and sign Zeitler on a deal, be able to go out there and get DJ Reader and Davenport on deals, to go out there and get Amik Robertson and Carlton Davis. That's where I'm like, you know what? I am a lot more cool with. Initially, I was like, hey, 45 to $50 million for Jared Goff. Now that I'm seeing what Brad Holmes is able to do through this draft and through free agency, I'm comfortable with the deal for Jared Goff.
Well, and Broder, you mentioned something about how this Jared Goff deal could look even better. It could age very, very well, because you mentioned quarterbacks that might be coming up on even more expensive deals, and we're talking about Dak Prescott playoff choke, Tua Tagovailoa playoff choke, leading his offense to 7 points. And Trevor Lawrence was one of the most disappointing players in all of the NFL last year. Jared Goff earned it. He did none of those things. He was great in the regular season. He was great in the playoffs. He was not the reason why they lost the game to San Francisco. So he's a better quarterback right now than all of those guys, and they might be more expensive. So how it ages, I think will how it ages, and of course how the team plays and everything will have a direct impact on how this contract is viewed in the future.
I think so too. I think there's a lot of questions, not negative questions, but questions that come along with it. Some that I want to ask you in this next segment: how it affects the re-signing of Hutch or Lee McNeil. What does it mean for Hooker? We'll see. I got some questions for you guys when we get back.
And you know what? I need the chat. As always, you guys are the most important part of this platform. Go ahead and smash that like button. Yep. And once you've done so, then encourage someone else to do the same. But we also need you guys to call in. 313-552-6322. The phone lines are open. We want to hear from you, chat family. We want to be able to put on for you guys. So definitely I want to get into the second segment so we can talk more Jared Goff. And if there's any comments in the chat or if there's any callers, get to you all as well so we can get your breakdown of everything Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions right now. Something tells me, though, as it relates to Brad Holmes and keeping this thing together for the long term, that everything's going to work out.
Absolutely. And if you want to work out, go to Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full-body workout in just 30 minutes. All memberships include fitness training. You get all of this for only $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. There are more than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Buying your first Feldman Chevrolet is much more than buying the car that will get you from point A to point B. It's a place for first memories, some big, some small. As she grows, you're not just buying her a Chevy, you're buying into a Feldman family. With more than 700,000 vehicles sold, from generation to generation, Feldman just keeps rolling.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
The new glorious ice water bubble hash pre-roll now has diamonds in it, everybody. Look, they are constantly pushing to create the best cannabis experience just for you. The perfect boost comes from the added touch of pure THC diamond dust, allowing flowers with only the highest terps and making them best even better. Glorious Cannabis. Check them out at your local retailer, or you can always go to gloriouscanna.com.
Glorious! Like this, right? Hey, you're good enough for Detroit.
What up, energy nigga? It's real. Legendary shit, nigga. Catch a nigga slipping at the light, make his heart drop, cut the green beam on, make his car stop. 223s hit his engine block and cut the car off. Dump on the nigga head off yellow zannies, call that bar hopping. My brain like a new car that's in dry with no park options. Make a pussy nigga car reverse when the AR popping. My fiend say he want.
Well, what up, though, people? I mean, you guys already know him to be around for a while. Jared Goff, man. Let's go. Welcome back to Wake Up Woodward. We appreciate you guys for kicking off the day with the crew. We got the whole five in the building. And you know, I guess Justin is like our new sixth man as well. Shout out to Justin.
Absolutely.
Everybody got on some type of Woodward Sports Lions gear, something blue. And you know what? KG got on the fire Megatron shirt too, man. That shirt is fire.
Appreciate
it's fire.
it.
But Jared Goff Day, he gets that contract extension, 4 years, $212 million, $53 million annually, $170 million guaranteed. Matthew Broder, Jared Goff is a paid
He
man.
is. He is. And so 4 years, $212 million, $53 million in his annual contract value, $107 million guaranteed. That makes him, it's the seventh most guaranteed money in the NFL behind Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson $230 million. That's what is that? $10 million for every massage. Joe Burrow, Herbert, Mahomes, Jackson, Hurts, Goff. So in terms of guaranteed money, he's seventh. But $53 million puts him just under Burrow. Do you think? And where's the question that I put in here? Is that too much for a mid quarterback who only throws ducks, can't throw the deep ball, and has negative mobility?
You know what, Flano? Take it away.
I'm going to answer this question because, you know what? Take your laps, as you should. And this is just my opinion, and I'm just going to give it. What's right and what is are two different things. That's the market right now.
Yeah.
In my opinion, the only quarterback alive who deserves that kind of money on an average annual value basis is Patrick Mahomes, because he's the most accomplished quarterback in the NFL by an Atlantic Ocean margin at this point when it comes to individual and team success. However,
Jesus.
and there he is. He's a very happy man today.
You know what? Now I kind of want to see Flannel on a do-rag. I can see the resemblance.
God.
Please put Flannel back up there, bro. Yo.
He'll be looking like B-Rad.
We gotta make this happen.
I will not be doing that. But that is all well and good. But I mean, the reality is as I said before, Jared Goff earned an extension. It's not really up to me to decide what kind of money that is. This front office has proven to be not just competent, but exceptional. It definitely, I would say, ramps, and I know we're going to talk about it a little bit more later. I think it ramps up the urgency and the expectations quite a bit, because when you have Jared Goff on a more expensive deal, Amon-Ra St. Brown on an expensive deal, and Penei Sewell on an expensive deal, it is going to make things a little bit harder. But at the same time, those are three of your pillars. Those are three players who were some of the biggest causes to the Lions' success. So I'm not necessarily mad at it. I'm cool. Like it's kind of hard to explain. It's just, well, is it a lot of money? Absolutely. Do I think that any quarterback besides Patrick Mahomes earns that kind of money? No, but it's the market. You got to accept things for what they are and not what you believe they should be.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I got to get the booth. I got to get you guys' reaction on this as well, KG and JB. KG.
What up,
Jared
man?
Goff got paid.
He did. And anybody saying this is an overpay is out their damn mind. Like, let's just be real, man. The things I saw yesterday, I was actually appalled by a sector of the fan base. I know it's not everybody, but
you know it's real when you use the word appalled.
No, like seriously, man. And I know Lions fans aren't necessarily used to this. We did see Matt Stafford get paid, but under way different circumstances. The man earned it, man. And I can be real. If Goff didn't go out and win that first playoff game, I'm saying hell no to this contract. If he didn't go out and win that second playoff game, I'm saying hell no to this contract. The fact that he won 2 playoff games and got you within a half of the Super Bowl, get a man what he wants. And the market keeps going up, and Broder can co-sign this, even going back as far as nights I've tried to integrate this topic into a lot of segments I've done. I've said $55 million, and I'm anything under $55 million, and I'm cool.
Yeah, you've been consistent on
I've been consistent with it, and it's the truth, man. He's just under market value. In the next couple years, this contract, it'll be probably the 5th or 6th highest paid QB contract in the league, and if he wins a Super Bowl, then it all works out. But I am in agreement with people saying that this is, you got to win a Super Bowl to make this contract good. I am in agreement on that.
I think that's what the contract means. I believe that's what it, when you look at all of the different players that have been locked in, you got that graphic too with Sewell, Goff, and Amon-Ra on there.
Yeah.
It shows the extensions. When you look at the extensions that have been handed out, when you look at the types of moves they're making, when you look at how they're stacking the depth, all of this spells Super Bowl. They were writing checks right after that 49ers game that I know they're ready to cash in. I don't believe that there's anybody in their organization, KG, to your point, that's sitting around saying, you know what, we hope we have a chance now.
Yeah.
I believe that everybody in the organization said that these contracts are indicative of what we know we're going to go out there and do. And it's tough to call your own shot, but the Lions have been calling their shots, and they've been coming up roses so far. Obviously, the Super Bowl is a big one, especially when you're talking Detroit Lions in their history. But everything that they're doing right now shows that they are preparing to make this run, and that they identified Jared Goff as being one of the biggest factors to them being able to win a Super Bowl. We see quarterbacks out there that we're like, hey, teams have won with game managers. I don't believe Jared Goff is just a game manager.
Yeah, he's more than that.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that either.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, especially if you're winning a Super Bowl. But I do. But sometimes people don't believe that game managers deserve the type of money that Jared Goff got. When you listen to the comments from the organization, from we said we trust in Brian Holmes, we said we trust in Dan Campbell, these people are the ones stating Jared Goff can do anything we would ask a quarterback to do.
Yep.
We believe he can make any throw. People talk about ducks. They talk about we have our fun. We have our fun. Yo, we was on here, me, you, Spinny, talking about the wobbly ducks, but they're on a rope. They're to the target.
They're accurate ducks.
They're accurate ducks, man. They're accurate ducks. Everything about this, I don't even think it's a question of what's the expectation. We were already saying what the expectation was leading up to this, before this. The expectation is to go out there over these 4 years and get it done, man.
Check out this comment from Big Dan Davis. It says there are people legit pissed at this Goff deal. My next door neighbor straight burned a Lions jersey in his fire pit because he didn't want Goff extended.
I'm telling you,
crazy.
It was some people outraged. I told you, man. Like it's crazy to me.
I gotta hear from the outraged. If there's anybody outraged,
Matthew
or
Kruger's
against this
outraged
in the chat, please get those comments in. Man, we gotta dissect this. JB, how you feeling about this contract, man? I see you got on the Lions gear today.
Oh yeah, you know you repping.
I'm geared up for sure, but I don't know, you guys. This might be a little bit too much money for Jared Goff to him. No, I'm joking. Look, we knew it was going to get up there in the 50 range, just somehow, some way. We just didn't know the other number that was going to come associated with it. But it's fine. I think I'm okay with it. But yes, I do agree with KG and everyone else that says this is a make or break season. This is, playoff, Super Bowl, or bust. Otherwise, this contract really does suck. But what I focus on a little bit more is, as you can see, I'm repping the Let Hooker Cook shirt. That's my next concern as it is right now, because this contract does lock up Goff to 2027,
yes,
2028, somewhere around
with an
there.
option for 28, I believe.
With an option for 28. So now you're looking at Hendon Hooker kind of taking over when he's 29, 30 years old.
Man.
So now it puts in perspective, like, was that Hooker pick really the best of choice back then, or what? I don't know, but shout out to Goff. I mean, he got the bag, and he's set a record as now top 3 quarterbacks to have won 14 plus games in a season, including playoffs, with multiple teams. You're in a small circle of Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, so you're up there, man.
Who is that again?
Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, unfortunately.
He's the exact same as those guys.
No,
the exact same.
No, he's not in the exact same.
Don't be sticker Neil. Come on.
He's not.
He's in the club of those guys.
5 people talking at one time. One person go. He's not the same as those guys. He's accomplished something similar as those guys that only those 3 have accomplished in the history of the NFL.
All right. And
he's also the first quarterback in NFL history to snap a decade-long playoff win drought for 2 different teams.
Yeah, but those teams were better also. And that's always been my point. Those teams were better. Jared Goff wasn't, and you know what? I'm only going to do this for like 2 seconds. He wasn't carrying the 08 Lions roster. Those teams got better. That Rams roster went from Jeff Fisher to Sean McVay, and you drafted guys like Aaron Donald and Todd Gurley, and you brought in like Brandon Cooks, you had Robert Woods, you had Andrew Whitworth, you had Marcus Peters. It's, like I said, football is a very, very complicated game. And all of those teams that had playoff droughts were dumpster fire organizations until they weren't. And Jared Goff was a part of it, but he was a part of it.
And he was a quarterback, so he was the most important part.
Not necessarily. I don't agree that it's always the quarterbacks. Like I believe you should praise who deserves it and blame who deserves it. And every game is a vacuum.
Oh, without a doubt. But the quarterback is the most important position in sports.
Of course.
And although Jared Goff, especially that first Rams run, it's not like he was responsible for their entire offense. Not, at least, definitely not as much as he is currently. But the quarterback, if he doesn't play well, they don't
get that far.
Win.
This is point blank.
Like it's why you say NFL history, this sample size of all the quarterbacks who have ever played this game have never done some of these things. In every different situation and scenario that teams have been put in, no other quarterback except for Tom Brady and Peyton Manning has done something like this. Or Kurt Warner in terms of the division titles for 2 teams who've missed the playoffs in 10 plus years. Like, it doesn't tell the entire story, but it paints some context of what the situation that he's been in and what he's been able to overcome with the things around him.
Sure.
I wouldn't say his Rams situation was all that great. There were pieces that got added to help them get to that Super Bowl run, but that didn't exactly help Jared Goff develop into the quarterback is he today. I'd almost say it stunted his growth with how they handled that. Yeah. And they decided to pull the trigger early on Goff because they had started investing so much in free agents and Aaron Donald and all these pieces that they needed that more experienced veteran quarterback to go get their Super Bowl. Less of a shot at Jared Goff, but more, hey, the way Sean McVay and the Rams were doing things at that time, they just needed to make that move then.
But even when you look at that Rams situation, it's not like they just added Stafford and voila, they won a Super Bowl. They went and they added even more help. They went and they got rid of more draft capital to try and boost up everything around Stafford. No matter what you feel about the Stafford versus Goff debate, I do have questions as to if you did that same type of investment around Jared Goff, who got you to a Super Bowl, does he have the opportunity to get you over the edge?
It's interesting.
They got rid of him, and then they brought in more help, not just a Stafford thing.
Yeah, and his trade to coming to Detroit almost reset his development, and it allowed him to actually develop instead of being thrust into a Super Bowl destined team in year 2 or 3 of his career. Like he got thrown to the wolves, the Lions, and now he's the one leading that pride. Like I don't know how the dollar figure associated to that it factor, whatever Jared Goff has, where people just rally around him. It's hard to pinpoint. He's a mellow guy. He doesn't blow you away with his arm or with his athleticism, but he just continues to get the job done and continues to improve each year. I think it's a fascinating conversation that a quarterback like Goff is now in this position after 2 different teams. Something we'll talk about again in this next segment.
Yeah, we got to keep talking. We got
callers.
Yeah. we got to keep this going. I honestly, we're sitting here talking about what this means for the Lions Super Bowl expectations. I'm telling you,
it's crazy.
As Lions fans, as Lions observers, as covering the Lions, this is one of the best feelings ever. Like
for sure.
Man, we're talking about the Lions and Super Bowl expectations. We're talking about the fact that they locked up a quarterback to try and take advantage of their Super Bowl window. Not to try and win a playoff game.
Yeah.
To win a Super Bowl. It's just the best, man.
Yep.
And I can tell you guys about something else that's the best. Premier Pet Supplies, hands down, Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences of the online and big box retailers with one major difference. They've been family and locally owned and operated for over 30 plus years. They have 60 brands of food with nutrition experts to help you. They also have same day local curbside and home delivery. Give your pet the best at Premier Pet Supply. www.premierpetsupply.com.
What's good, man? How you doing? What you got for me today? Let's have a look, man. I see the one I want right there. That's the one I'm looking for.
Welcome to the winner's circle, Blake.
Hey.
Feiger Law. All we do is win.
All we do is win.
And with the first pick in the 2024 Media Draft, Detroit selects Woodward Sports. Thank you for making us the #1 digital network in Detroit.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around. Who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supplies has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts. Our professional technicians, they take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. That's 24/7 professional monitoring. Call us anytime, day or night, and know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone with you as long as needed because it's technology backed by people. Your safety and security, it deserves technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. Any Jared Goff contract haters, 1-800, stay out.
Stay out.
Once again, that number is 1-800, stay out.
Still waiting on that heifer, Julio. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Yeah.
You're
That's
cool.
a great movie, man.
And fuck you, I'm out.
What up, though, people?
Right.
Welcome back to Wake Up Woodward. We appreciate you guys for kicking off Jared Goff Day with the whole entire crew. We got the starting 5 in the building. Our vet, Flannel Sam, our MVP in the Diddy Boom, Mr. JBSMOOOOOV, Woodward Sports MVP. We also got KG, Detroit's #1 draft pick, Rookie of the Year in the sound booth.
Thank you.
Hey, what up, though, Justin? Intern Justin in the building, holding it down for us, clips and more. We got Matthew Boder, our Lions and Tigers Division beat reporter. Still talking Jared Goff. I think the topics today, Jared Goff. And I know we got some callers that also want to talk about Jared Goff as well. Who's up first?
We got Devin the dog. Devin from Inkster. What's up? You on Wake Up Woodward, bro?
Woo. Wake up morning, crew. What's up?
What up, though?
Oh, shit. What's up, fellas? The best starting five better than the damn Pistons right now.
That's not hard to do.
Oh, man. First, let's get this out of the way. Flannel, let's not start this shit again. Please don't. I love the people in the back. I don't know what WWE storylines you starting, but the evil flannel, the villain flannel arc, can we stop that? I want to have peaceful flannel this year. I don't want to have no shit. I don't want to have no shit this year. I heard the J-Mo talk yesterday. I almost called in the Big D, but I know they don't take no phone calls. So I'm going to call in today. Cut the shit, flannel, before Stick get up your ass.
No. That's all well and good. I mean,
I love you, flannel.
No. I love you too, Devin. Hey. That was pretty fun at opening day. We had a couple of we shared a couple of drinks together. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, no, the unifying force of everything is that when the Lions are good, especially last year, we all experienced it to some degree, and a lot of us were like right in the middle of it. It really is like the ultimate sort of upliftment of the city and this network as a whole. Like the city on like a macro level and this network as like a micro level. It was just a very surreal experience where we were all kind of kumbayaing most of the time. I know we had some of our differences about certain players or whatnot, but if the Lions,
J-Mo.
right. Of course, if the Lions, at first, let's just start with like short-term goals. If they win the division and they have a very successful regular season, it's going to be a lot of fun. And then, of course, they got to do more than that. But the building block, the absolute minimum, will be another division title, a lot of happy Sundays, Mondays, Thursdays, with them being on primetime more often. That's what's gonna, I think, make all of us kumbaya and not fight within each other.
All right. So the last question I got for you guys. Since Kool-Aid don't like to respond to DMs anymore. KG, can I please get your shirt size?
Yeah.
JB, can I please get your shirt size? I got Broders, and Broder already saw the design. So I'm trying to show some love to you guys.
Hey.
I'm trying to give y'all the individual love. And Flannel already got your shirt size. So I just need y'all last two, and I'm going to drop them boys off this week for y'all can rock them.
Hey.
But I love y'all guys, man. Y'all kill it. Y'all been killing this shit. Man, life's been good. I appreciate y'all. Start off my morning. I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning waiting for that 8 o'clock to start off my day. Let's get it, boys. Y'all doing great work. Just keep going, man.
Much love.
KG, JB, what's y'all sizes?
Much love, bro. I'm a large myself, so you can go ahead and throw an L in that bag for me.
You can double that as well for me, too. I'm a large as well.
All right, I got everybody on the starting five. Let's fucking go.
Let's
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
And J-Mo. Jared Goff.
J-Mo. Shout out to you, Devin the dog. We appreciate your call. I know we got more people on the line, but what do you guys think about this? Jared Goff, especially in these last two seasons, when the lights have shined, he's come to play. Mm-hmm. In the previous two seasons, he's the best quarterback in the fourth quarter and in overtime, meaning he leads in QBR and passing yards in those situations. And also, he's the best red zone QB in the NFL in that time frame. 18 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That was a stat that our boy Dan Orlovsky reminded me of. But Jared Goff, like for all that some hate on him or detract from some things he has in his game, like he shows up when they need him the most. Mm-hmm. He's not perfect. He doesn't have 17 perfect games. He'll have a dud in there. He'll have maybe 2. Someone on the heavyweights last night called it, he'll have 2 goofs, like goof games.
Right.
Like that second Bears game, the Packers game. He'll have them. But for those other games, he's as reliable as you can get. And he just keeps getting better. I know we got another caller, but I just want, what do you guys, It's got to make you feel good,
you
right?
didn't even
It
mention
does.
the primetime record. The
It does.
primetime record is immaculate too.
Immaculate.
Yeah, record against some of the top quarterbacks in the league as well. Jared Goff has a pretty good record. 2-0 against some Mahomes guys.
I'm sure Mahomes is crying
2-0.
while holding his Super Bowl ring.
He's looking
We're just
at
being objective.
he's looking at his trophy case right now. He's like Super Bowls,
Hey.
MVPs. 0-2 against Jared Goff.
Man,
you got to
y'all
get
some
that done.
slappies
Against
in
lowly
here.
Jared Goff. Lowly Jared Goff. Come on now.
Hey, but you know what? It seems like these are Dan Campbell guys.
Yeah.
On the surface, there's a lot of people who look at what they think a quarterback or a wide receiver or even a defensive lineman is supposed to be. But in reality, you look at Amon-Ra St. Brown. I feel like on some degrees, he's also a victim of this. You got people out here saying he's not worth that contract. You got people out here saying he doesn't do what the normal number one wide receivers do.
He's a slot receiver.
He's a slot receiver. And now we're hearing people with Jared Goff say things like, well, he's not mobile. Well, his arm isn't that, he can't.
He's a system
can't
quarterback.
Get it down. He's a system
He
quarterback.
has a team around him.
I'm just like, wait a second. He had effectively a bunch of unproven guys when he started here. That's just the truth. If it was any other quarterback, we say that quarterback helped make those wide receivers. So which is it, though? Because that's my thing. There's people who are detracting away from what Amon-Ra St. Brown is, just the same way that there's people detracting now away from what Jared Goff is because he doesn't look like the typical number one, the prototypical number one type quarterback or wide receiver. The thing that I love is this. Jared Goff didn't just wind up here by happenstance. Brad Holmes was in that organization. His assessment, whatever Brad Holmes knew and saw about Jared Goff, he knew that there is a player there. Not just a quarterback, manager, which is not a bad term, but he knew there's a guy out there that can make the plays when we need it. Last year, they needed Jared Goff to be one of those guys where if the team made a mistake, you know what? We're coming right back down. We're cleaning up that mistake, and we're getting a tutty. That's what Jared Goff was last year for this team. You talk about a guy who went a long time without any interceptions, had a cluster of some turnovers. He didn't let that rattle or shake them. I know as we went through the season of ups and downs, there were times we were like, what's going on? Then when you look back and you see this team never lost back-to-back games all season, I'm sorry, man, the quarterback has a whole lot to do with that. With all the quarterbacks we've seen over the years that probably fit what we believe to be the number one prototypical quarterback, Jared Goff is the guy actually going out there, and when you can put together the stats like Broder just did, you realize the impact he's having on the game is probably even larger than what even his supporters believe.
Well, I think it's all complimentary. You talked about how it's people detract from Amon-Ra St. Brown, people detract from Jared Goff. Their ascension, I think, is directly correlated with each other. I think they're a good combination for each other's skill sets. And for the record, the people who call Amon-Ra St. Brown a slot receiver, did you also know that CeeDee Lamb and Keenan Allen also play the majority of their snaps from the slot as well? I'm just saying. So that's and Amon-Ra is very capable of playing outside. And as I've said before, those are some great stats you brought up, Broder. For everybody who thinks that I hate on Jared Goff, I've also made it very clear that he did earn this contract. That I would say right now he is the best quarterback in the NFC. I think the only one who you could even argue right now is Brock Purdy. Not Jalen Hurts anymore, based off the year he had last year. He could obviously, have a bounce back year. I think he was a little hurt. But all of those things I said about how Jared Goff earned his contract and how he may damn well be the best quarterback in the NFC, that's coming from me. So take that for what you will.
Okay, G, who we got on the line to maybe answer that? Is he the best quarterback in the NFC? Or I just want to hear their thoughts.
We got my guy Terrell from FL. Terrell, you on Wake Up Woodward, bro? What's up?
Hey, what up, dog?
Hey, good morning, fellas. Good morning.
Morning.
So I feel like I'm in the extreme minority when it comes to this situation because I am completely indifferent to it. Like, I don't feel anything. It's just... Yo, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, I just heard KG talking to somebody else on the phone. I think the lines were combined. But, so the thing is that his contract just comes with the territory as far as the NFL goes. And the thing that I want to ask the people that are so upset and ask you guys, like, if he would have signed for $48 million, would anybody be complaining about it today, or would everybody basically be happy because it was under the 50 number?
Everyone.
Like, do y'all agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody would be bitching. Nobody would be out in their yard burning jerseys and dumb shit like that. So the difference between those two contracts is $5 million. people out there crying and complaining right now saying we're not going to be able to re-sign all of these players because of this contract, it's completely ridiculous. $5 million is not going to be the difference between signing anybody. And the salary cap has been going up between $18 and $20 million every single year. It's going to keep going up, and it's probably going to jump up more than that because of the TV deals. In the long run of this rebuild and all of this stuff that we're doing, it just comes along with the territory, man. It's not going to stop us from doing anything. We have Brad. He's one of the best drafters in the NFL. Like, we're good, guys. You guys need to, like, you fans out there that are just fucking, like, losing your minds, just calm. Go hit the dispo and relax, bro. Like, this ain't nothing. This just comes along with the territory of being a good winning franchise that's building towards Super Bowl runs, man. It just is what it is. That's all I wanted to say, man. Just calm down. It's cool. It's cool.
It's cool.
Spitting on a Tuesday, Terrell from FL. Good call, man. Thank you, all the callers, man. Devin the Dog, Terrell for calling in and supporting. The phone lines are open, 313-552-6322. We want to be able to continue to take calls throughout the show. Hear what the people have to say about Jared Goff. And you know what? Something tells me we're just talking about Jared Goff in the next segment as well.
Absolutely.
So let's keep the conversation going.
Can we put this Hendon Hooker shit to bed?
Let's talk about that.
I want to talk about that.
Let's talk about it. We're going to, man. We're going to. You know what? I don't even know how to transition.
You don't.
Jared Goff's contract is awesome. He's here for Super Bowl window. Let me tell you about something else awesome. Awesome is when a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. That is Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Just stop in, sit back, and relax, and let one of Lady Jane's talented hairstylists make you look and feel great. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week. That's Lady Jane's, and it's wicked awesome.
Drive into summer and drive into savings during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest Memorial Day sale ever. We're stocked with new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs, all priced to move. Like this 2024 Silverado for only $217 a month, or this 2024 Equinox for as low as $199 a month. Find your freedom in a Feldman at the Memorial Day sale going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Visit Dispo Dispensary today for deals too good to miss. Meet a team that curates an unbelievable atmosphere and shopping experience. Try the freshest inventory for Michigan's largest variety of products. Come through our stores or order on Dispo Dash today. Dispo Dispensary, DispoShops.com, your local cannabis plug.
What up, though, people? Welcome back to Wake Up Woodward. We got the entire starting five in the building. Go ahead and smash that like button to support the Woo Crew. Once you have encouraged somebody else to do the same, it could be good for their health. It could be. I know jumping on this show, be able to interact with the chat family, be able to run with the starting five plus our 6-man and Justin. It definitely is good for my health. I love it every single morning. And you know what? Jared Goff contract. Yeah. Hopefully it's good for you all too. We're still talking this, the news of the day. Jared Goff, 4 years, $212 million contract, $53 million annual, his annual average value, $170 million guaranteed for Jared Goff. And it has some questions. It's raised questions. It has some implications. Mm-hmm. And I know, KG, before we went to the last break, you had a question about one Hendon Hooker.
Yeah.
He used to be backup quarterback, word to Terry Foster, used to be the most popular position in Detroit sports.
It definitely was, man, at one period, but this is a new age, and people got to get with it. Now, at the time the Hendon Hooker pick was made, I can admit, as I'm sure a lot of people did, this may be the Jared Goff replacement. When you look at what Hendon Hooker did in college, before that ACL injury, he's probably looking at being one of the first 2 or 3 quarterbacks off that board, possibly a Heisman candidate. So at the time the pick was made, I'm like, okay, you know, Hendon Hooker, he may be the future. We have to see how the thing with Goff goes. And then we come into the 2023 season. Goff has an amazing year. He gets us to the NFC Championship game. And now you're looking at Hendon Hooker like, well, I don't know. And now that the Goff extension has happened, I am here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that Hendon Hooker is not your future guy going forward. You have Jared Goff here for the next 4 years. What he did is he went and drafted a high-value backup quarterback. And I'm not mad at that, because when you look at what they had before, they had Teddy Bridgewater in here on like I think a $10 or $11 million deal. You don't want to pay that much for a backup QB, but you also need to have insurance in case something happens to Goff. You don't want that much of a talent drop off between the two. So there is your Hendon Hooker pick. He is going to be your solidified backup quarterback going forward. By the time Goff's contract is done, he'll be 30. I don't see him taking over the reins at that point, even if they move on from Goff. But I will leave this open to everybody's interpretation. What do y'all feel about the Hendon Hooker pick? I think this makes him an official high-value backup quarterback.
It definitely does right now. And when you talk about the type of window that an expectation they have for Super Bowl, you need a quarterback that you believe, if your starter goes down, that the next one can step in and at least fill whatever roles you think necessary at the minimum from your quarterback. Where my question, kind of expands is, who is he after these 4 years? Is he what they believe is the future of the organization, or is he just an expensive backup for this Super Bowl window?
If I'm being honest, if I'm Hendon Hooker, I don't want to be here anymore.
Ooh.
Like dead serious. When
you know what? Talk to us about
that. Let's hear it.
And what he wants, I don't know how important it is at this point. And I'm not saying that Hendon Hooker should be a malcontent or anything like that, especially this year, but when Hendon Hooker came in, he is a guy that I believe draft stock did fall a bit because of injury. I personally don't think he was going to be one of the top 2 or 3 quarterbacks taken, but I think maybe late first round, maybe. But the point is that injury did affect his draft stock. But it's also an injury that's not really debilitating if you're a quarterback. ACLs heal, especially with modern medicine and modern technology and everything. If I'm Hendon Hooker, I'm looking at a lot of these teams out there with less than optimal quarterback situations, like the New York Giants, for example, to name probably the most glaring one, and he probably thinks he could go there and start over Daniel Jones right now. It's not like Hendon Hooker was some 7th round guy, or like when Brad Kaya was that random 6th round flyer or whatever. Hendon Hooker, I believe, is a good quarterback, but the reality is that his career in Detroit as a starter ended before it even started, because Jared Goff earned his money and he got his money. So if I'm Hendon Hooker, I'm not content with playing out my entire rookie contract being a backup, because Jared Goff also, and knock on wood, has proven to be very, very durable throughout his career.
Yeah,
I know. But so that's kind of my underlying thing, is that I don't think that Hendon Hooker is really going to be anything of a factor in his Detroit Lions career.
Isn't it weird how you're a more durable QB if you're not running all the time outside of the pocket?
Imagine that.
It's fair.
I don't know. By the way, I really like the Hendon Hooker to the Giants. Like, he would start immediately over Daniel Jones.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not that one list the other week was anything credible, but they had Daniel Jones as the worst quarterback in the NFL, even behind the rookies who haven't played a snap yet. I don't buy that. But you're right. Hendon Hooker, his career, his chances to start as a Detroit Lions quarterback are over.
Yeah.
But
like ever
the
in his
goal,
career.
from a Lion, sure, he should want to go play somewhere else. But I think he's a good teammate. And from the Lions' perspective, they are looking at him now as one of the better backup quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
They need to evaluate now if he's that guy that they can trust. Should Jared Goff go down for a short period of time? Should he need to step in for a game or two, or come in a second half due to injury and keep that offense at a level that's respectable, or keep the offense moving with Jared Goff on the bench? I think Hendon Hooker can do that. I think Ben Johnson, if we find out that Hendon Hooker actually is a starting caliber quarterback this year in the NFL, I'm sure Ben Johnson will scheme up something to get him involved in the offense, whether it's something Wildcat related or or something. We know Ben Johnson. They just drafted Shone Vaki in the 4th round.
Yeah.
They'll find a way to get the most talented players on the field. But he's the goal is him. The goal for him is to turn into that reliable Chad Henne backup, which I know takes years of experience to be that, or to be able to come in and be a difference maker off the bench in a pinch.
I know he don't got years of NFL experience, but he got years. He definitely
He's
got
like
years.
37 years old. He's like the oldest player in the line.
Well, like I was about to say, Kenny, you say he's going to be 30 when Goff's contract runs out. I thought he was already 35. That's what I'm saying. Even though he's 26. He's literally 26. But that's it. Yeah, go ahead.
But so a lot of people in the chat bring this up too. Can you use Hendon Hooker as a trade piece?
Oh, yeah.
Since a lot of people think that he's not going to start anyway.
100%. You probably need to show him a little bit. He needs to show that he can play in the NFL, but it's not just the Lions. He was a first-round talent. Whether he was going to be early in the first round or late, he was that talented. So that's what NFL GMs remember. And even think about Ben Johnson. Should he get a head coaching job next year? I'm sure he'll want a quarterback to either go with him if he doesn't go to a team that already has an established quarterback, which would probably be goal number 1 for Ben Johnson. Really goal number 2 is taking Hendon Hooker with him.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
That's what I do.
All.
Damn.
That's a great
mind blown.
And you know what? If I had to bet, I would happen to believe I would put the money on it that whether they use it or not, Ben Johnson already has schemes with Hendon Hooker. Ben Johnson's his mind is already going. I believe, especially with the third quarter kind of lulls that we saw to the Detroit Lions, which is something I hope they absolutely are able to vanquish this year. You're not in a position where you're talking about Super Bowl expectations to go on long droughts in multiple third quarters in the season and in the playoffs. You got to get this thing together. But if you just need something, I could see him going to a Hendon Hooker in a pinch with some type of special play to catch the defense napping or slipping.
Well, I mean, of course, Ben Johnson is scheming things for Hendon Hooker because like, one bad break happens and Hendon Hooker might have to start for a couple of weeks. Again, and knock on wood. But yeah, you mentioned that about Hendon Hooker being a trade piece. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I brought up, if I'm Hendon Hooker, I might not want to be here. Rack kind of brings up the funny angle in the chat about he'd have the best job in the world. He'd get to win a ring while not having to step foot on the field. If you want to play that backup quarterback is the best job in sports and he wants to be Chase Daniel or somebody like that and get paid everywhere. But we all know that if you win a Super Bowl as a backup quarterback, you didn't really win a Super Bowl. Right. like if you didn't step on the field, your ring doesn't count. Your ring doesn't count.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, Shad says, so basically Lions fans don't want a capable backup QB. I think we'd all be fine if Hendon Hooker is what we think he can be, and he's a backup for Jared Goff. I think the issue that has been raised here is that it's probably not the best of situations now for Hendon Hooker. You know, if you're looking to try and start in this league in 3 or 4 years, you're pushing 30. Your best bet is not here in Detroit. It's just not. Right now, the Lions have identified, and they've said this kind of 2-3 years ago, that Jared Goff is their guy. Listen, no matter what pressure or what it adds to some of the players, I'm grateful that the Lions organization is operating on this level, though. Yeah. I am happy that this organization is like, we like Hendon Hooker. We believe he can be this kind of cheap backup. You talk about what they paid Teddy Bridgewater last year. You're getting rid of that. You still have this kind of cheap backup quarterback. Maybe that gives you a little, few extra dollars to be able to lock up some of your players and some of your guys. Well, it's smart, man. It's brilliant.
Well, and here's the thing, Shad, and we can break bread a little bit on this. I mean, you've been talking pretty crazy in the chat because it's another day that ends in Y. However, here's where we can agree. I would love Hendon Hooker as the backup. Yeah. If he wants to be here, if he wants to be the backup, or if the Lions determine that he's going to be the backup to Jared Goff, like an insurance policy just in case he gets injured for a season, not if Jared Goff it doesn't get re-signed because he obviously did. I would personally love that. I have doubts whether a guy like Hendon Hooker would ultimately be okay with it as it goes on a couple of more years.
They're competitors.
Yeah, they're competitors.
I can understand, being Hendon Hooker and saying, okay, I realize what's going on here, but these quarterbacks, especially one like him, I believe he would want his opportunity to show what he can do. And I think this preseason is going to be one where a lot of fans' eyes are glued, and not just fans. I think other teams around the league are going to be glued to what Hendon Hooker is going to be able to do for the Detroit Lions.
That's what the preseason is about. It's getting film out for whether it's a backup quarterback or practice squad players, that's your chance to play, especially now that starters in the NFL rarely play in 2 of the 3 preseason games, sometimes all 3. Soon enough, there's only going to be 2 preseason games, so we'll see. And we've been talking a lot about Hendon Hooker on the offensive side of the ball, but I want to ask you guys when we get back from break how this affects a couple of guys I have in mind on the defensive side of the ball. So give us a call also, 313-552-6322.
Hey.
Let's keep this golf conversation rolling after the break. But Kool-Aid,
rock.
Flannel, tell us about...
We'll tell you about Swiss Insurance.
Swiss!
Hey. You guys already know it's no surprise.
Speaking of Hooker Insurance.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, there you go. Elite transition.
Hooker Insurance.
Listen, guys, we all know that insurance rates have gone up in the state of Michigan. That means now more than ever, it is critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. Swiss Insurance will make sure that your current carrier is not slipping in any extra fees or raising the deductibles. All you have to do is call Mark at Swiss Insurance today. That number is 313-530-1698. Or you can visit them online at swissins.com and let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
What's up, everybody? Neil Rule, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, home of the Planet Fitness Studios. Let me tell you a little personal story about myself with Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness helped me change my life, and it can do the same for you. The best gym in the gym game. The clean facilities, tons of cardio equipment, tons of weights as well. And look, through all the price increases, inflation, all that, hasn't happened at Planet Fitness. Still $1 down, $10 per month, $24.99 a month for the Black Card as well. It's Planet Fitness, everybody, where your fitness is essential.
You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
Hey, you guys, are you tired of wearing that same old Detroit sports merch?
Look at that sign shirt.
No, you don't. You really don't. But let me tell you right now, it's a new era in sports wearables with new designs, amazing apparel, the ultimate swag. Do yourself a favor, go to woodwardsports.com, click on that shop tab. We are dropping new designs every single week. As you already know, Kool-Aid's got about 3 or 4 of these Welcome to Detroit t-shirts
Too many.
in his closet right now. That's way too many. Come on now, man. But we also got the Tiger sweatshirts, t-shirts as well. And you can't forget about the Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes election t-shirts,
They got my
hoodies,
vote.
hats. We got all of them just for you. All you got to do is go to woodwardsports.com, click on that shop tab, throw a couple of them in your cart right now. You know a couple people that want these. Come on, woodwardsports.com/shop.
What up, though, people? I'm telling y'all, throw them shirts in your cart like your Tom Gores. Let's rock, man. Get that merch. Visit the Woodward Sports shop. Get you guys some cool gear, man. They really got some good stuff on there. It's really dope. I see Mr. Broder got on his Woodward Sports shirt as well.
Always repping.
It's flossy, man. I like it. But welcome back, people, to the Wake Up Woodward show. We appreciate you kicking off Jared Goff Day with the entire starting 5 in the building. We got the 6th man as well, Mr. Justin. Thank you for everything that you do for the crew. The show, the network is good, man. But we're still talking Jared Goff, and from what I understand, it's not just us or even just the comments in the chat, but we got some more callers on the line.
Hey, listen, lines is packed right now, man. People is loving this topic. We got my homie Snoop. I think he a first-time caller. Snoop, you on Wake Up Woodward, bro? What's up? Oh, one more time,
Okay.
Snoop.
What up, y'all?
Hey, what up, though?
Hey.
What up, y'all? My fault, man. I'm at work and shit, trying to get shit straight.
No, you good,
Shit. Okay, so first of all, I want to say the Jared Goff chant's gonna ring out forever. I'm all here for it. You feel me? Like, I just, when we was down there for the draft, I had went to the Tigers game. I was able to be a part of that. I felt like I was really fortunate to be a part of them Jared Goff chants at the game.
Nice.
Yeah, and then just in terms of, like, I know that it's probably going to be, like, questionable in terms of, like, you know, the money and logistics and everything like that that's tied into it. But I feel like that's every contract in the NFL for the most part. And then you never can just really depend on health and, you know, the main thing being longevity. But moving forward, it's just It's just, oh man, you was waiting to get that one off. You was waiting to get that off.
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Yeah, man, I just appreciate just what the Ford family, this whole turnaround and shit. Just that everybody been able to be a part of. And then my last thing for Flannel, because I know that you're a real big J-Mo guy. You feel me? I'm gonna give you a good over under on the touchdowns. So let's say 7.5.
Okay.
Over under.
Under.
Ooh.
Under 7 touchdowns?
Under.
Oh, the disrespect.
Running and catching, you believe he's gonna have under 7 or
What, a full season?
Guys, what's the controversial about that? Has he been making
Nothing.
Pro Bowls and All-Pros his first couple of years, or has he had seasons cut short and minimal production? Which was it? It's obviously the latter.
With a full season, 7 it should be achievable.
Yeah.
If you really want to see improvement from J-Mo, then 7 should be like okay. Like I don't.
I'm thinking more so like he'd be closer to 10, bro. To be honest,
it could be, but there's
probably like I'll give him 8.
There is other mouths to feed on this offense, but 7 I think is a very reasonable number.
Yeah, Snoop, you just unlocked a conversation we're about to have. So we appreciate for your call, and we're going to drop you like it's hot. But we want to talk.
Thanks, Snoop.
Appreciate
No.
He's on fire.
He's on fire this morning, bro.
He's on fire.
Hey, thanks, bro. We appreciate you, Snoop.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy.
Good call.
Real quick on that J-Mo conversation, because
I was about to say, tee it up, bro.
Well, I mean, we have to, because it does go hand in hand with Goff. Like they both need to take another step in their relationship and their comfort together. We need J-Mo to step up. And Sam and I have had our disagreements. I'm on the J-Mo supporter side. I don't even want to say you're not against J-Mo.
No,
you're just more skeptical. But if we're realists, like I'm a supporter of J-Mo. Like I see the potential. He truly hasn't done, especially as the number 12 pick. He hasn't shown us, what you need out of a 12 pick. And I know that's just putting a title on where he was drafted. I see the potential in J-Mo and how good he can be. He hasn't done it yet. And we saw him come on late in the season. As much as I think he's going to break out, and I believe it. I really do. I think he could be one of the most electric players in the entire NFL. He hasn't done it yet. The first 2 years have been up and down. I believe in the potential, but it hasn't happened yet. Yeah. So that's where I got to defend Sam Flannel. I got to defend Sam Flannel there because he's being a realist. 7.5 touchdowns. That's a lot of touchdowns.
It is.
Like how many more can go around? There were 4 Lions who had 10 last year.
But he had, 4 last year on a limited season?
He had 3 in the regular season, 2 in the playoffs.
Okay, so 5 total if you count the playoffs. I definitely think a full year with a training camp, a full season, and a better rapport with Jared Goff, I think 7 is achievable. Now, will he get it? I'm not saying necessarily that he will, but I do get your point, Sam. I know you just want to see more from J-Mo. He hasn't shown it yet. But I like you said, I just believe in the ceiling of this kid. They moved up to 12 to get him for a reason. And I think with all the factors being what they are this year and them putting more of an emphasis on getting him the ball, which I feel like was a big part of it, we should see an improvement there.
Yeah. Especially, real quick, just so I got to give Sam some thought. I haven't admitted this on it. J-Mo is not as good as CeeDee Lamb yet.
No, of course not.
That was literally our first day working together. I took it a little too far.
It was spicy that day. I remember.
There was a lot of emotions.
It's all good, man. It's
not yet. He's got a high ceiling, but yeah. Sorry, Kool-Aid. Go ahead, my friend.
I was just gonna read this off here from one Mr. Brad Holmes talking about Jameson Williams. He said, "We have Jameson Williams who is coming on very, very strong. We have high hopes for him, and we like where he's at this point. We're talking about a guy who is projecting to be wide receiver 2.
Yeah.
I believe if they go and they utilize him from the beginning of the season, no real restrictions, utilize him as a real wide receiver number 2, utilize all of his skills, utilize his speed and space, his ability to either catch the ball short, make some plays, maybe air it out to him and catch those bombs. We saw a couple of his touchdowns were like that.
Yeah.
Or utilize him in the reverse and in the run game. I do believe that 7 touchdowns should be the goal. We're not talking about – it's different when you're just talking about, I get it, the Jameson Williams we've seen the last 2 years. But when you're talking about what the organization is saying, his draft slot, what the expectations and the potential is, this is the season where they're saying he's going to actually get the touches.
Yeah.
He's going to get the opportunities. And I do believe that Jameson Williams, whether he reaches his full potential this year or not, just his natural skill set, if he is used, I believe I can see him catching 3, 4, maybe even 5 touchdowns throughout the season. At that point in time, it's what is the sprinkling? What's the seasoning on top as it relates to the run game?
Well, and for the record, the over-under was 7.5. I think he'll get 7. Just for the record, I think he'll get 7.
I can live with that.
All right.
Yeah. I think probably 5 or 6 receiving and 1 or 2 rushing. Because, as I said yesterday,
I agree with that.
As I said yesterday on a Big D Energy, at this time of his previous couple of seasons, and this is where I'll give him some slack, even though I think one of them was more his fault, and the injury certainly was not. He already knew that he would have no training camp. This year, obviously, knock on wood, anything can happen. He's going to finally have that training camp. He's finally going to have that offseason, and he's finally going to be able to step onto the field week 1 with the team.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and also it goes with what they did in their wide receiver room. They didn't add anybody. They just released Josh Reynolds or add anybody besides UDFAs.
Yeah.
They didn't address it in the draft, and they haven't addressed it in free agency, at least as of now. So they obviously believe that this wide receiver room, as currently constructed, has the opportunity to be just fine. And in that case, J-Mo would obviously be your wide receiver too. I mean, and that's why he was drafted. That's why he's here.
And I wonder, with the lack of moves in the wide receiver room for the Detroit Lions, and really as it relates to any of the offensive weapons for Goff, how much more belief does that show that the organization has in who Jared Goff is and who Jared Goff can be? Because right now, I do believe he has some nice offensive playmakers around the running back duo, obviously Sam Laporta and Amon-Ra St. Brown. After that is where things get, which I would call a little bit dicey. We don't know what Jameson Williams is going to do. We don't know what DPJ is going to do. We don't know. We know what he's put out on tape in the past, but we don't know. I do wonder how much this shows a belief that the organization says and knows that Jared Goff is way far more than just kind of managing quarterback type.
Well, I mean, but what if I don't think this is brought up enough. What if I told you that Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta automatically makes it a pretty good wide receiver or pass catching room?
Yeah, seriously.
Already.
Because that's the thing. If you look back at the 2022 season before they had drafted Laporta, and obviously they didn't make the playoffs, but it wasn't the offense's fault. Jared Goff had another great year. It was pretty much Amon-Ra St. Brown and then lesser thans. Obviously, you respect Josh Reynolds. You respect DJ Chark for what he did, and you respect Khalif Raymond. Yeah. But he didn't even have a number 2 that year that was the level of Sam Laporta. So Jared Goff has proven, even in these last couple years, whether or not J-Mo's there, when he is there, when he's making big plays and when he's not, the offense is always going to look good. What Jameson Williams does is, if he really pops off, if he becomes that, I don't know, I'll just give him for this year, and I don't think it's going to happen, but that poor man's Tyreek Hill, instead of having the number 5 offense, they could have maybe the number 3 or number 1. That, to me, is what Jameson Williams could potentially give. I think their offense is going to be fine no matter what, but Jameson Williams is that ceiling raiser, that element that they don't have besides him and maybe Gibbs.
I'm hoping that he brings a certain element to this team, especially for those third quarter lulls, where they can target him, where they can say, you know what, J-Mo, this is on you right now. We're going to give you a slot play. We're going to give you a bomb. We're going to give you a couple plays, kind of running the ball just to mix things up when you come out the half. You think about how teams have been able to kind of game plan against the Detroit Lions that come out the half, and sometimes it looks like they've completely figured out the Lions' offense in the third quarter, which baffles my mind because Ben Johnson is one of the best, if not the best, offensive playmakers or creators out there in the NFL. It's wild to me, but KJ, I hear you in the booth talking. We got some more callers?
Yeah, we do. Pack line still, man. But right now we got one of the great callers of our time, Freddie Felt 313. What's up, bro? You on Wake Up Woodward?
Hey, what up, though, fellas? How we doing?
What up, though, Freddie?
Hey, I'll be rapid fire with this. First off, got to get the NBA draft lottery off my chest. Real quick point.
Talk about it.
Can we kill the narrative that? Can we kill this narrative that tanking causes championships and dynasties? You know what causes those things? Super teams, like LeBron running to the X-Men and the Avengers to win, or whatever other Cavs and Heatles, not 1, not 2. That causes championships, and that not tanking. Go back to the NBA draft, look at the number 1 picks, and we'll exclude LeBron and Kyrie because they formed their little super team with the X-Men. Barring those picks, Tim Duncan is the only number 1 pick since the Shaq days, like 93, 30 years, to win a ship with their original team. They gave Shaq Penny with the back-to-back number 1 picks. They gave the Cavs 3 out of 4 years, gave them number 1 pick, so LeBron would come back. So let's kill the tanking is a problem. Let's kill that narrative. It's rhetoric. It's not true. It's not factual. Let's kill that. So that's that point. Got that off my chest. As far as the Jared Goff stuff goes, I'm glad he got the bag. He deserves it. Look at here. You hear the whole city chanting his name. There's a reason for that. And, people are sitting here acting like this money's coming out of their personal piggy bank, and the Lions pulled up on them and robbed them on their way to the Coinstar machine at Kroger. Like, come on, man. And lastly, to quote the great Kendrick Lamar, Hendon Hook, he is not your savior.
Yeah.
If you want to see Hooker throw, go play Madden. He's there in case we need him, like a break in case of emergency. It's like car insurance. It's like health insurance. It sucks, but when you need it, it's awesome. So that's a good problem to have. That's my thing. Do you want to lose sexy and exciting and flashy, or do you want to win boring? Jared Goff can dunk his ass all the way to the Super Bowl for all I care.
Yes.
There's only one thing left to do here, and it's a major league quote. I know Broder knows this one. I guess there's only one thing to do now that Jared Goff's got the bag. Win the whole fucking thing. That's all I have for you guys. Appreciate you guys. Go Lions. I'm out.
Let's go.
Yeah, appreciate it, Freddie.
Let's go. Traffic, looking for my chapstick.
Yeah.
Feeling kind of car sick. There's a Ford Maverick.
But you know what? Hendon Hooker is like, I know we did the Swiss read already, but he's like Swiss. He's the backup quarterback where we know the fees aren't being raised, the deductibles aren't being raised, nothing extra. It's like he's cheaper than Teddy Bridgewater. People have probably higher hopes for him.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see, man. It's going to be interesting to see. But I'm going to take some more callers. You said the phone lines are packed. We'll take callers in the next segment.
All right.
We'll definitely do that. I know we got to hear from
Les Stanford.
Les Stanford. What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. The same great service that customers have come to know and trust. On Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
What's up, everybody? Neil Rule, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, home of the Planet Fitness Studios. Let me tell you a little personal story about myself with Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness helped me change my life, and it can do the same for you. The best gym in the gym game. The clean facilities, tons of cardio equipment, tons of weights as well. And look, through all the price increases, inflation, all that, hasn't happened at Planet Fitness. Still $1 down, $10 per month, $24.99 a month for the Black Card as well. It's Planet Fitness, everybody, where your fitness is essential.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody!
Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer, and it saved me when my car exploded or died on the way to a Michigan basketball game. And it can help you too. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. Visit feldmanauto.com to find the location nearest you. Catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi. Not quite sure when the schedule is. We were there this past Wednesday, but stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
What up, though, people? Thank you guys for choosing to kick off Jared Goff Day with the Waco Woodward crew. We got the entire starting five in the building. KG, Detroit's #1 draft here. We got Woodward Sports' MVP, Mr. JBSMOOOOOV, our vet of the squad, Flannel Sam. Hey, what up, though, Mr. Matthew Broder, our credentialed Lions and Tigers reporter. And it's your boy Kool-Aid, your credentialed Pistons reporter. Shout out to Justin as well. I want to get back to what the people are talking about. Obviously, big day. Jared Goff signs that contract extension, 4 years, $212 million. And before we get to the callers, I want to go over to Mr. Matthew Broder.
Yeah, I just want to shout out Dante151, who put a super chat in the chat earlier. It was about the schedule. Said Chiefs, Bengals, week 1 at Arrowhead. Also Jets and 49ers. Monday Night Football, week 1. That's going to be must-watch TV besides the Lions game, whoever they're going to face. We missed it earlier. I know we're talking Jared Goff, but got to sneak that in. Dante151, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Let's get to these calls, KG.
Yes, sir. We got Eduardo. He's been waiting on the line the longest. Eduardo, you want to wake up Woodward, bro?
Hey, good morning, guys.
What up,
Good morning.
Eduardo? Thank you for calling in.
Of course. Listen, I'm not going to talk about JMO because, whatever. But
we've been down that road.
This is what I will say, right? I don't know if it's a Florida thing, but I'm also indifferent on the whole Goff thing. I know what we can get with Goff, and I know that in our biggest games he has shown up. And if you were going to tell me, when I became a Lions fan in 2014, that we would play a game against the Packers on prime time, and at halftime we would have more points than they do yards, I'd say you're lying. You know what I mean? And granted, it's a team game, but Jared Goff was a part of that team that did that massacre on week 4, So I'm so glad and I'm thankful that, we have a competent front office, a competent coaching staff, competent, everything in the organization to where even if we have to pay, Jared Goff $53 million or whatever, we still have, our master chef, Brad Holmes, cooking up, getting all these great bargains on these rookie deals, And at the end of the day, if that's how we have to live, that's how we have to live. Because, again, Jared Goff didn't cost us the NFC title game. There are like 7 other things that happened before we get to Goff. And I am a firm believer that I have seen Nick Foles win a Super Bowl.
Sure.
So I'm a firm believer that if we build a team around Jared Goff, that they can carry him to win the Super Bowl. And all he has to do is not turn the football over. And what did he do in the playoffs? Not turn the football over. Anyways, that is all. I hope you guys have a great morning. And Sam, please tone it down. Yesterday on Big D, they told me I had to tune in. So Twitter told me I had to tune in. So I stopped what I was doing to tune in, and I thought you were losing your mind. So you know what I mean? Just take a deep breath. And I'm sorry that the Lions are going to stop, the Chiefs three-peat this year. Have a good morning.
As I always say,
Thanks,
that would
Ed.
be the dream Super Bowl for old Flannel Sam, and I would want the Lions to win.
Let's go. Say that one more time for the people in the back.
Well, I want the Lions to win.
Let's go.
You
Obviously.
better. We'll beat your legs if not. You won't walk out the studio if not.
That's facts, actually.
Oh man.
We go.
Man. Let's go to another caller.
All right, we got my boy Chase, man. Chase, you on Wake Up Woodward, bro? What's up?
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Hey.
I hope y'all are having a good day. Just wanted to talk about
Top
golf
of the morning.
contract real quick. Just looking back, like I'm just kind of reflecting on when we made Stafford the highest paid player in the entire NFL back in 2017, and he never won us the division. He never won a playoff game for us in his 3 chances. And I mean, looking at Jared Goff, we paid him. I'm looking at the guaranteed money, $170 million, so $30 million under 200. I mean, I think Deshaun Watson has like $230 million guaranteed, so that's like $60 million less than what he's getting paid, which is ridiculous. I think it's a great contract. I mean, Goff not only won us the division, he won 2 playoff games at home for us. I think he's shown that like he's done a lot more for this team than we could have ever expected, you know, or than we ever expected out of Matthew Stafford. I mean, you know, when you compare like what he's had to work with from, you know, his first years being on this team, I think it was like 2-14 or like 3-14 or something. Like I can't remember the exact record, but he's really fought hard. He's really earned the love of this city, and I mean, I don't think there's any reason why we should doubt what this organization's doing. But I mean, when you reflect on what Stafford did in the city and what Goff did in the city, I don't understand why we'd be upset with, you know, the deal we gave Goff. You know, he's earned it, I think, far more than what we paid Stafford back in 2017. And I think there's a lot more that he can still do for this team that, you know, we're still going to unlock, you know, as we get ready for this upcoming season and, you know, the entire contract through 2027. So something I'm super excited about, and I hope everyone else is too. I appreciate you guys taking the time for this call. So shout out to KG and JB, all the guys behind the scenes, you know, not just the guys in front of the camera. Love all you guys too. Love Broder. Love Flannel Sam. Love you too, Kool-Aid. I just want to give some love to the guys behind the camera doing all the work too to make this show as great as it is.
Hey, love you, Chase, man. Appreciate it, bro.
Thanks, man. Thanks for the support as always. It's dope, man. Be able to link up with Chase at our last 2 remote events, man. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah, Chase is the man.
Yeah, definitely the man. Definitely the man. And you know what? When you look at Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff, you raised some pretty key points. It would be shame on the Detroit Lions organization if you had a quarterback that, you know, did what Jared Goff did. You know, accomplished what Jared Goff accomplished for the Detroit Lions, and you just decided, you know what, we're not going to pay that guy.
Yeah.
It'd be different if you had a history where this is an organization that wins. We know we can go out there and find our other cheaper or better or whatever. This is Jared Goff who's done something no other quarterback in the history of the Detroit Lions can say. You got to take care of that. What does that say? We talk about taking care of the Paneys and Amon-Ross. What would it say if you're not taking care of the quarterback that has you legitimately within a Super Bowl window as the Detroit Lions organization?
That's true.
You got to take care of him.
And if you have any concerns about Goff and his game or what's around him, like the difference between this team and that Rams team that decided to trade him for Stafford, this team is just getting started. It's on the rise. Like Todd Gurley was a star, but he was about to be on the decline. Jahmyr Gibbs is on the way up. Like he's going into year 2. They just signed their tackle of the future, Penei Sewell. He's going to be dominant for the next 10 years. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Laporta. This defense is the one question mark. They've addressed that too. So the things around Goff, which people use as a detractor, fine. They're getting better too.
Yep.
Like they're just entering their prime. So if you have those concerns, this whole team's getting better.
And I hate that argument of, well, you know, I saw Matthew Cougar put it in the comments as well, that Matthew Stafford will win a championship with the current roster that Jared Goff has around him.
I can't say
in my
that.
opinion, I thought that the Lions and the Rams were 2 kind of decently matched up squads. And to me, Jared Goff looked like a difference maker for the Detroit Lions when they matched up. I didn't have, like, was there this nervous energy because of the storyline, because of how big of a game this was, because the Lions are playing a home playoff game? Yeah, but I had full confidence in what Jared Goff was going to be able to do versus Matthew Stafford, a guy that a lot of people out there would say is the more talented quarterback, or at least exhibits what you want to see out of a top-tier quarterback. But Jared Goff has continued to be a guy who just goes out there and wins realistically. I can't hate on that. And I'm not going to continue to give this whole notion of, well, what he has around him. Stafford won because of everything that the Rams already had, and then what they further put around him as well.
that
has to matter.
It's a similar conversation, I think, to the Josh Reynolds, now DPJ taking his spot. To me, Stafford is a more talented quarterback. He's got a bigger arm. Stafford's a stud. We don't know if they would be better if with Stafford as quarterback. We know what we're going to get out of Goff. We know what this team, how they respond to Jared Goff as their quarterback. There's not a number, but it's just an intangible. They're great with Goff right now, so we know that.
Yep.
DPJ, I think, is more talented than Josh Reynolds. I think he's more athletic than Reynolds. His ceiling is higher than Josh Reynolds. We don't know if him being that third quarterback, if he'll be better than Josh Reynolds because of just that connection that you can't measure that Goff had with Reynolds. That their connection, especially on third down or on passes to get first downs, it was wild how amazing it was until the NFC Championship game.
And that's the thing when it comes to Josh Reynolds and everything. And yeah, Donovan Peoples-Jones is more talented, but Josh Reynolds made his biggest mistakes on the biggest stage. And if you can't forgive him for that, I'm not even going to blame you. I'm not even going to blame you. However, Josh Reynolds was objectively a net positive for this team, 100%. And Donovan Peoples-Jones, he's had some success in Cleveland, but I know last year the circumstances weren't ideal. He was on a Cleveland team, and then he gets traded to or gets acquired by the Lions mid-season. But those numbers last year for Donovan Peoples-Jones are eye-openingly bad, like receiving yard totals in the 150s. With Josh Reynolds, you kind of at least know what you're going to get, but you don't have him anymore. But then again, Brad Holmes has really never steered us wrong. So if he thought that Josh Reynolds was expendable or didn't want to pay him what I forgot what team he went to. The Broncos wanted to pay him. All good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All good. You know what? Let's get back to these callers, KG.
All right, we got pay-per-view on the line. The homie pay-per-view.
Hey, he called it on a Tuesday.
Yes. What's up, pay-per-view? You on Wake Up Woodward, bro?
We turned down my headphones.
Pay-per-view, going once.
Come on, Pete.
Pete, where you at?
Pete.
Going twice.
Pete.
Remember Pete and Pete on, what was it, Nickelodeon?
Yeah, Nick.
One of the best intro songs of all time.
Pete, man. We gonna have to go away from you, Pete, but if you hearing us, call back, man. Call back. But we got the homie Mac on the line. Mac, you on Wake Up Woodward, bro?
Yeah, what's going on? Good morning, fellas.
What up, though, Mac?
What's
Thank
going
you
on?
for calling in.
Yeah. I just wanted, I understand Sam with the J-Mo. I'm not as harsh on him, but the thing is, I think he just needs more opportunities to kind of shine the way we all want him to. You know, he needs more targets. And you know how Brad Holmes and the team has been with people like J-Mo and even Gibbs in the beginning. Like, you know, we were all questioning, like, what's going on with Gibbs? Why isn't Gibbs getting any touches and all that type of stuff? And then look what happened once he got those touches. So I think the same thing can happen with J-Mo. You know, once J-Mo gets the touches, I think he will have an opportunity to shine as long as he's not dropping passes. As far as the golf thing goes, like, come on, man. We all know that it's a market thing when it comes to players getting paid in the NFL. Things look bad when they first get their contract, and then somebody else gets paid, and it's way more than what the previous guy got. So why people are doing stupid stuff like burning? I've never understood that anyway. Burning jerseys, like, you just pay over $100 for that, and you're gonna burn it. That makes no sense. So obviously, you got a really good job. So I just thought that was dumb to begin with, but he deserved the money. Golf came, and he did his thing here. The only issue I ever really have with Golf at this point is I still feel like he panics when pressure gets home.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that, you know, when pressure gets there, you kind of have that Geno Smith, oh my God moment. Like when pressure gets home, and I think if he just improves there, that's the only issue I have with Golf. And like, as far as the rest of the team, like I like Hutch. I think Hutch is a good player, but my only issue with Hutch is I think there's still another gear, another level he needs to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel he's a really good player, but if you want to be mentioned with the Bosa and the Watts of the world, he has to hit that next gear. It can't matter if somebody's holding you. Like, you got to shut that down right out the gate. Like, you got to be such a dominating force that they can't hold you. And then if he does that, I think our defense improves. If the rookies that we brought in actually hit, I think our defense improves. I think Wheeler helps our defense improve because now we got that noise coming up the middle. And if they do that, the Lions would be just fine. What the Lions need to do, because there's still a lot of people that don't believe in this team out there. I watch everybody like on Speak. It was funny. I was watching a YouTube video on Speak yesterday, and it was with Shady McCoy and Joey Taylor and all them. And they kept mentioning it over and over again. It's the Detroit Lions. Remember, Detroit Lions been bad for so long. Detroit Lions been bad for 32 years. That's what Shady McCoy kept saying over and over again. And he was making this point, but then after a while, when he kept saying it, it was kind of like, now you're having too much fun saying it. And I think Detroit needs to go out this year, and they need to put, like, just step a mud hole in some teams so people will see that y'all not messing around. Like, so people will actually believe that this team is as good as they are. Because when you keep tweaking by teams.
Man, we really appreciate that call. This team is not one to mess around. And to stay on the MAC topic, in terms of all this money being spread around, what do they do about the MAC on the defensive line? What do they do about Aleem McNeil? Because I'm not worried at all about the Hutch contract, the Laporta contract. They're going to be expensive, but Hutch, we can wait a year, maybe two. Laporta's 2, maybe 3 years. But Aleem McNeil, he's in a contract year. He's got DJ Reader next to him. He's not going to command Christian Wilkins money, but he may be 20 mil plus if he really plays. Does he become a casualty?
It's looking that way.
There's going to be some casualties. I'm less concerned about it, seeing what Brad Holmes was able to do in this previous in this free agency that just passed, as well as what we see him doing through the draft as well. If you have some casualties, but you're picking up all pros on both sides of the ball, it's something you got to live with.
Yeah, I think, man. Like it's weird that we even talk about that, because this is really the last year where everybody that Brad Holmes has drafted is going to be on a rookie contract. And it's funny how the wheels are kind of turning in my head as we speak. And we've talked about it before, but I honestly almost feel like, because Aleem McNeil is absolutely a candidate to be a cap casualty. I mean, it's either going to be him or it's going to be iffy. I don't think the urgency to bring back Derek Barnes is that high, but we'll see. This might be as good a year as any for the Lions to win this Super Bowl.
Yeah, somebody in the chat had brought up, would you consider franchise tagging him? Because the guaranteed money wouldn't be the most outrageous thing in the world if they did want to try to maybe attempt to hold on to him.
I'm going to go with the no. And Neil would be the best to explain this on Big D, the dead cap hit. The cap hit that costs, just offering the franchise tag would be way too much. And we talk about Christian Wilkins and Chris Jones, and the top defensive tackles are some of the highest paid players in the NFL. So 20 mil is a lot, even if Aleem McNeil deserves it. If we're taking the average of the top 5 DT salaries, it's going to be closer to 30. I don't know what the exact number is. It'll be more than 25 mil. That's for sure. And I just think that's a little too much, especially considering the cap hit that comes along with it. So I think they try to get something done long term, or we see that Mekhi Wingo looking a lot more strategic than we may have a week ago. About a week ago.
Yeah, I don't think that Brad Holmes is just drafting guys just based on potential. When you look at the contracts that have to go out to a lot of the top players he's already drafted, as well as the money you need to be able to augment year by year, some of these players have to turn into players. They can't just be, well, you know what, the potential guys. If you say it takes 2 to 3 years to see what you got, in 2 to 3 years when there's a lot of big money that has to be paid out to a lot of your big guys at the top, then you want to be able to know that guys like Mahogany, guys like Wingo, like you want to know that these players are players that can step in and play a role. And it seems like when you look at teams like the Packers, some of these teams that have had long-term success like the Patriots and such, when you look at even the Kansas City Chiefs, they have the ability to go out there and make this happen no matter what people are getting paid. I remember when Patrick Mahomes got paid, people were like, how are you going to get him all this help? How are you going to get him this? And we see casualties.
Yeah.
We saw L'Jarius Sneed. We saw casualties, but they're still able to make the right deals, make the right moves, and that's what I love most about Brad Holmes.
Well, and the thing is that, and also Tyreek Hill was a casualty. Tyrann Mathieu. I mean, some of the most important players, but like Brad Holmes, Brent Veach has drafted exceptionally well lately.
Yep.
Just like Brad Holmes. And
they keep winning.
I think the odds are that I'll just say that Makai Wingo and a Christian Mahogany pick, one or both of them outperform their 6th round draft status is high, considering Brad Holmes' draft history.
Let's go. You know what? We got a couple more segments on the way. We got what's trending. We have mailbag. Keep the calls definitely coming in. Hopefully those lines stay packed so we can get the callers during our Feldman Automotive mailbag segment today as well. And get your mailbag questions in if you cannot call us. But thank you guys for supporting the Wake Up Woodward crew, man. We appreciate it greatly. You guys already know it's something that all of us, we rush to this studio to be able to do, to be able to interact with you all, to feature you guys. And ultimately, it helps to continue to build out the relationship that we have with our chat family, which is the most important part of this platform. So we appreciate you guys for sticking it out with the Wake Up Woodward crew every day, Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. But after us, you guys can tap in to Big D Energy every day, 11 to 1, hosted by 4-time Stanley Cup champion and Guardian Defender of Detroit, Mr. Darren McCarty, alongside his co-host, Neil Rule, the golden voice of Detroit sports. After them, it's Armani and Edwards with Mass from 2 to 4 p.m., the lovable radio legend Tom Mazaway, alongside University of Michigan legend and former NFL wide receiver Braylon Edwards and media king Ryan Armani. After that, you guys already know with the heavyweights, Woodward heavyweights, 5 to 7, they're bringing you the biggest interviews, the biggest breakdowns, the biggest laughs. Woodward heavyweights, check in with Spencer and Easy. Hey, Chris Platty, Nick Koloff, the whole entire crew.
Shout out.
But appreciate you guys for making Woodward Sports the #1 digital sports network. Thank you guys.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, they are taking over Michigan. I'm telling you right now.
Hey, throw some fire emojis in the chat for
over Metro Detroit. My God, they are actually even doubling the number of restaurants this year, which is an amazing accomplishment. They are known for their hand-battered and hand-breaded chicken tenders, sandwiches, New York-style pizza. You got to try the Nashville hot pizza, too. Oh, my God. So delicious. I'm hungry right now. But be sure you stop by one of their mega stations near you, or you can always check them out online and even order online at Sorokis.com.
Let's go. What up, though? People, welcome back to Wake Up Woodward. I need y'all to go on ahead, throw some fire emojis in the chat for Sorokis. If you've ever had them, I'm telling y'all, man, y'all already know what the deal is. It's fire. If you've had Sorokis, let us know what you think of it in the chat as well. You know what? We're going to start asking you guys about some of our sponsors. Maybe we can do some giveaways to some of the best takes on our sponsors. But I know Sorokis is straight up fire. Definitely straight up fire. But chat family, you guys are the most important part of this platform. Go ahead and smash that like button. We're so close to doubling up on the goal today. Let's get there, chat family, before the end of the show. Get your mailbag questions ready as well. But it's time for one of the best segments in all of media, not just sports.
And now it's time for the most electrifying segment on the internet. Bum, bum, bum. It's What's Trending with JB. Live on Wake Up Woodward.
Let's go.
is going on? Now, I got to bring this up because our boy Chef's Talk has been DMing us a lot about this, especially myself and Broder. Flannel, would you like to explain yourself with this? Dear Jameson Williams, I am so sorry.
Yes.
I was an idiot for ever doubting you. You are him.
He's
Hashtag one pride.
Dog, Sam on the DL. He on the download, man. He secretly loves J-Mo, man. Let's go.
Shout out to Chef's
Look at
Talk
that
Lions, 'cause
smile.
He sent me this.
Look at that smile on
I just
Flannel's
had to
face.
put it up here.
You've been caught. It's okay.
You win, I lose. If you want some context, that was after the Jameson Williams' reverse run to the end around where he scored the opening touchdown in the NFC Championship game, and I got a little over my skis, I will say. But yeah, no, Chef, you win. You beat me. I have to just take the L.
You caught, man.
That doesn't mean that I'm going to necessarily demand less or just act like he's already a Hall of Famer right now. All of a sudden, however, that was very, very shrewd on your part, Chef Talks. I lose. You win.
Chef.
The chat is electric off that, too.
They are.
Shout out to Chef's Talk for that one. But, Broder, I got one for you, man.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
Question. What is, as a pitcher, what is the fastest time you've seen someone get struck out?
The fastest pitch or the fastest?
Like the fastest time you've seen a batter just get struck out.
Ooh.
3 pitches?
Yep, and 3 pitches.
Yeah. You're walking me into something.
Oh, yes, I am. No, any guesses?
Is it 3? 3 pitches?
No, like the fastest time, like, time period, like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds.
How can you get struck out in 5 seconds?
Like from start to finish?
Yep.
28 seconds.
Well, I think I got you beat on this one. 8.73.
How?
What?
How?
Set his sights on Garrett
One.
Oh, these are Savannah Bananas?
Yes, they are.
Why is you even swinging at this game? He's pitching so damn fast.
Wow.
How about
8.73 seconds?
Look at the ump.
The umpire.
Let's go.
Dog, what the
Let's
hell
go.
is going on?
Wait, we
I don't know what's going on, but
What type of baseball
I'm here
game is
for
this?
it. It's provocative.
All right, what's funny?
It gets the people going.
Okay, so for all you guys, I'll try to be really quick. The Savannah Bananas are like the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball right now. They're like a satirical baseball team that travels around playing different semi-pro teams. They goof around, they do things, they wear stilts and shit.
Dog.
They got umpires doing this stuff. Look at that trust ball.
hilarious.
They're hilarious. They blow up on social media. I can't wait to go to a Savannah Bananas game one day. Hopefully they come to Jimmy John's Field. But I never factored in the bananas,
God.
JB, when you were teeing that up. Nice work. Clever idea. How fast can you strike somebody out? 8 seconds, baby. That's fast.
8 seconds.
That's fast.
That's pretty impressive. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely will actually enjoy going out there and seeing a game with them as well too.
Yeah.
But Flannel, I gotta hop back on this train again because our boy Justin actually found something out for us and sent it over in the chat, and they're just doing you dirty right now. So the spirit of Halloween, Halloween time comes around and you gotta go out there and get a costume. How about a Sam Flannel trick-or-treat costume?
Let's go.
It actually has reviews. It's got like 4.5 stars.
Let's go.
For real.
Hey,
unreal.
My man Sam out here, man.
let's go.
Flannel, you've made it. You made it. You are now a costume
The
as Spirit of
Sam
Halloween.
Flannel Halloween costume.
That like model actually looks like me too. I just look at myself in the mirror. Yeah, no, wow. I don't even know what to say to that.
Does the costume comes does it come with paper with a whole bunch of stats on it?
You know what? All those handwritten notes.
Should actually. That's a good idea.
Oh my God.
Man. But all right, this last video I'll play for you guys. It's a video from the Lions. The rookie training camp obviously was this past weekend, so there's a little bit of footage of all the guys showing up today, getting fitted for their hats.
Dream come true. Dream come true. I'm here. I'm a Lion. One pride. Yes, sir.
It's like Christmas.
Yeah.
I know.
Ooh. Look at Zero.
AG.
Oh, I can't wait for the season, man.
I know. I can't wait for the season to start. Can't wait for the season to start. These guys are impressive, and they're showing out there. So, shouts out to them. But that's it for what's trending, you guys. Back to you on the desk.
Woo! Man, that video got me pumped up. Start the Lions season right now. Start it right now.
AG is in mid-season form. You can just see it in his eyes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He knows.
It's a
I don't
big
want to
year
say he's
for
got
him.
pressure on him, but he's finally got his roster,
Yeah.
his defensive roster. Now it's just about to make
It's a
it
big
work.
year.
Chat family loved it too, man. Xavier D, he said he's bricked. Chef's Talk line, this is money. Jay Cruising, hype.
Yeah.
I'm ready. It's the expectations. Usually football is always king, but the Detroit Lions, man, they actually have Super Bowl expectations. It's wild to say. It's like, I believe it. I know it. It's still wild to be able to say that and to be able to hear that.
Yep, and it happens when we're on Woodward and we get to talk about it every single day, which is pretty cool. I mean, all these guys right there are they're starting out the process to living their dream, and that's pretty cool to see.
Man, let's go. That's it for what's trending. You got any more?
I mean, I do have a couple more videos if you want me to keep going, but I think we need to hop in the mailbag.
I think so too. Feldman.
Let's definitely do that.
The Feldman mailbag. Do we have any more breaks, or are we good to roll into this?
We're good.
Hey, let's go.
do it.
Let's
Runway.
go. It is time for our Feldman Automotive mailbag segment. Guys, get those mailbag questions into the chat. I know that there were a couple. I wasn't able to keep up with them. And
I got
if you guys want to call, 313-552-6322. Obviously, Jared Goff, the big news of the day. Call in, let your feelings be known. What's good, though?
I got a handful. If you'll watch what's coming through the chat now, I got some copied. First, Dante151, mailbag. Are you guys going to watch the WNBA or the NBA playoffs or the NHL playoffs? I'm assuming he means tonight.
I guess so.
Yeah, because it's opening night for WNBA.
Oh, Caitlin
Yeah.
Clark. Yeah,
Yep.
the game.
Yep, the game.
I'll be watching NBA playoffs for sure, and a little bit of Tigers in there too. But
Word.
Yeah.
I gotta tap in just to see what what Caitlin Clark's gonna do. She's
Word.
in terms of sports news and stories, and one of the biggest ones.
I will be flipping through whatever game is best, and I'll include the Tigers in it. This is such an underrated time for sports with everything in full swings when it comes to NBA, NHL playoffs, baseball season. I wish I had more TVs. That's all I can say to that.
Seriously. Big Dan Davis said, Pistons question for you. Kool-Aid? When they finally hire a PBO, will or should that guy decide on the future of Troy Weaver?
They should have all of the power to be able to make that decision. What that decision should be, we'll save that for tomorrow potentially or Wednesday.
Love it.
Yeah, but
good.
Yeah,
we'll save it. Ed O'Neill, mailbag. This is our all-in year. If we are 5-3 or better at the deadline, we must go all in, even if it takes a second rounder. What do you guys think?
No, seriously. I think this is a year where you look at if they are competing and winning games, you got to expect them to try to make a move in the trade market this year. I know a lot of fans have complained the last couple of years. Why ain't Brad Holmes doing this? Why ain't he getting the edge? You know, a lot of people have complained, but I think he knew the whole time like it wasn't the right time. But this year, with everything, all the chips laid out on the table, I think he does try to pursue a move if there is a move to be made.
Hey, yo. Any other comments?
Go. Sounds like you found something.
Yeah. Ed O'Neill, mailbag. If I buy the same costume, does that make me a Chiefs fan?
It was red, wasn't it? It was a red flannel.
It was.
They did do that, didn't they?
They did. I had to follow up with another Ed O'Neill. Dante151, again, real quick. $4.99 super chat. Thank you, man. I'm going to turn this into a mailbag question. The defensive tackle is projected to get $22.5 million on the franchise tag in 2025. Does that change anything? Your thoughts on maybe tagging a Lee McNeil flannel?
Yes. That's
cheaper than expected.
I mean, but that's like all on the cap. I believe. I believe with the franchise tag.
It's tough.
You know, I would probably personally say that like a Kirby is more expendable. Derek Barnes, obviously, if he had such. Everybody's expendable at this point, I think, besides Aiden Hutchinson moving forward, because he's done it for a couple of years.
Why you just walk in like Stone Cold?
Oh, yeah. You need like the glass breaking and then the music.
Oh
my God! It's him!
But we have an intro
It's
video.
coming out the tunnel.
We
It's
have
so
an
big.
intro video for this man, though.
Let's get it.
Too late.
Hi, I'm with the Port Commission.
Joint Bell. Flannel Sam.
Dog, I love this movie.
Look
This is one of
at
my
Stick.
favorite movies, man.
Smack. Easy. Whoa.
Damn.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Shout out to my guy Easy.
Stick is in the building.
Stick is in the building. Stick, where you
Let's
at,
go, man. What's up? Flamethrower in the building. What up, though, brother?
What's up, boys?
What up, though? Happy Jared Goff Day.
It is like we just won the Revolutionary War again. Like America is reborn. I had to get out my 4th of July shirt that I was saving for this holiday. Knuckles that say America on it.
America.
You know why? This is a great day for America.
Preach,
this
man.
is a great day for Detroit.
Preach.
This is a great day for myself. And allow myself to congratulate myself for not being a bitch ass over the past 3 years and sticking by my guns for what my eyes were telling me, not what my feelings were telling me.
My mind's telling me no.
And, you know, on my ride here,
I'm in
there
wrong.
was a lot to think about. I didn't even know where to start.
Get your shit off.
But I figured I should start about something I wanted to address from last week.
Uh-oh.
And I was supposed to come in on Monday and do it, but then we realized Flannel Sam doesn't do the show on Monday, and so things. So last week, I had to apologize for one of the Pudgy boys.
The Pudgy boys.
Not using his brain, not using his eyes, but using his feels.
Uh-oh.
And it just didn't make sense why he was clowning our boy Jared Goff. That was last week, right? Last week. Then, of course, I'm watching the morning show, and Flannel Sam decides to have an opinion about that.
We do have the video.
Do you have a video of what Flannel Sam
with
said?
Jared Goff, I think what puts him over the top for me now is he has that playoff experience. He played, I would say, pretty much excellent in the playoffs, turnover free. It was not his fault that they lost the NFC Championship game. He put the ball out right on Josh Reynolds a couple of times, and Josh Reynolds couldn't catch it. And if he catches the first one, the Lions are certainly in the Super Bowl. And hey, if he catches the second one, I think the Lions have a very good chance of getting the go-ahead score after the 49ers had tied the game and kind of stabilizing things a little bit. I think it's closer than you think. I think Jordan Love surprised a lot of us and is really, really good. But I think given the fact that Jared Goff has that experience, has had multiple good seasons, has had multiple playoff runs, I would go with Jared Goff for now. And I'm pretty confident in that. But I also, the last person I want to weigh in on something like that is somebody like Stick. Get your tongue off his nutsack, please. Please.
Shots fired. Get his tongue off of Jared Goff's nutsack.
He dished you, Stick. What you gonna do?
So I was thinking about this.
Uh-oh.
So I brought Jared Goff's ball sack.
Oh, my
And I figured, since we're talking about the highest of all time,
Gonna put him in his
higher
mouth.
than Matthew Stafford, higher than Amon-Ra.
Justin, clip whatever comes next.
Yeah. I would just want to hand these over to Flannel Sam and let him know these represent your opinion about Jared Goff.
Damn.
This represents what you think of Jared Goff.
Oh, my God.
And the contract represents what I think of Jared Goff.
Very talented.
What Brad Holmes thinks of Jared Goff.
Talk
what
it.
Amon-Ra St. Brown thinks of Jared Goff.
Talk that.
And what the entire team, the entire roster, plus practice squad, thinks of Jared Goff. So, are you ready to lap some nuts now that he's the highest paid Lion ever, Flannel Sam?
No.
Here, Justin.
No.
Justin. Present him with the ball sack.
Just remember, prior
Hold him up.
to,
Hold him up.
Hold that.
prior to that comment, prior to that to like what I said to you, which may have been a little bit too far. I didn't say anything bad. Nothing of what I said prior to that was bad.
Guess what? You still said it though.
I did.
And that was a week ago.
I did.
Things can change in a week, can't they? But you know what hasn't changed in 3
Drake.
years? You know what hasn't changed in 3 years? My belief in Jared Goff.
Damn
Now, let's go.
You could go back and watch me trying to school former Lion Joik Bell on what Jared Goff is.
Damn.
You can see me trying to school Sean Baligian, very knowledgeable sports guy.
Damn.
Scott Bischoff, very knowledgeable sports guy, admitted yesterday on Twitter that I tried to tell him and he didn't listen. So today, y'all gonna be real fucking sick of me.
It just pops up on all the shows.
and I haven't even started on Easy.
No, Easy was looking depressed yesterday. He was looking real depressed.
Yeah, Easy's in the chat. I'm sure he's crying right now. I'm
But-
sure he's making some excuse. I'm sure he's saying, I never said anything bad. And you know what, Easy? I ain't like you. I ain't got time to sit around and pull stupid fucking clips of yours.
He said he attacks with lies. It's gross. He was clowning. He said
But
no
you
one was
know-
clowning your boyfriend.
You know you and Spenny were arguing for Hendon Hooker midseason. You know when Jared Goff tripped up once, it was, I'm over it. You know you admitted you were never going to slander him again and then very much slandered him the next week. So you know you a flip-flopping son of a bitch. And that's okay, because you're going to flip-flop when Goff is successful. And you're going to be like, I was ride or die the whole time, go Lions. But you weren't. And everybody knows it. You're a fake. You can't see ball. You don't know quarterback play. You don't know salary cap. You aren't Brad Holmes. And we can keep going with that later, but let's get to the good stuff, right?
Stick showed up with the chair. What's that chair? It's like the referee is knocked out right now, and Stick is just going to Taz.
But I don't want to approach this with anger because I'm so fucking happy too. Like we just signed Jared Goff
after all that
to a great contract. Say what you want about the contract, even if you think it's too much right now. This is Brad Holmes once again playing chess. He's getting his contract in first before 6 other major QBs got to sign their contracts. And guess what? Jared Goff's going to go from the second highest paid quarterback, probably about 6 or 7 before the end of this season.
Yes.
Then when you add on the salary cap increase, then it doesn't even take effect till the next season. That $50 million, it's going to put him mid-pack. So everybody freaking out about the salary, shut the fuck up. It's going to be fine. This was a calculated move, just like signing Amon-Ra St. Brown before Justin Jefferson signed his deal.
Yep.
You are putting that GM in a very precarious position. Because now Jordan Love's walking in there too saying, what, you don't think I'm better than Jared Goff? Some dipshit in a flannel thinks I am. So you should pay me more.
I specifically didn't say that.
Yeah, you didn't go.
It was interesting.
That's Peter Bukaki.
He took up for Goff, but made sure to take the shot at Stick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, out of nowhere.
It was out of nowhere. It was unwarranted.
That's why today I'm just bathing in it. And everybody in the chat that knows, you know, you've been here. You've been on the post games. You've seen me defend this dude. 3 years telling you, just wait. Number 1 overall pick, 26 years old when we got him, has taken a team to a Super Bowl, won a playoff game the year before he got here, stepping in when he was injured after a surgery. The type of heart that Detroit needed, the type of man that Detroit needed. And while Stafford didn't have the balls to sack up and go through a rebuild and trusting in Brad Holmes went and got his guy. And now we got a Super Bowl contender for the next 4 years. What do you got to say?
Dan Campbell's got to say.
What does he have to say
Good
about
enough
Jared
for
Goff?
Detroit, Jared Goff.
He said it.
That almost made me cry after the post game. That was a great.
Seriously though,
that was a great
Put
post
the
game.
stank on there. Who cares about the stars? Just say the whole actual statement. What he actually said. Broder, you got us?
You're good enough for fucking Detroit, Jared.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh wait, what? So I was just so tuned out.
Where was Broder's head at?
Yeah,
He's looking at. Hey, he's looking at our next Super Bowl winning quarter. Well, our first Super Bowl winning quarterback. That's what he's doing.
How about our first multiple playoff game winning quarterback?
You know what? There we go.
First. Did something nobody's ever done.
Ever.
In 1 year, did something nobody's ever done. Not your boy Matthew Stafford, who had to run to L.A. to a team Goff built up. That's fine.
Goff built up.
Oh,
Goff's
man.
here, baby.
You
He's
know
here.
what?
He's our guy.
Jared
Flannel Sam got to
Goff.
lick him. Easy's got to suck it for the next 4 to 5 years.
I'll volunteer to.
Yeah.
Flannel, I don't want to know what happens if Ivy actually balls out and gets a contract somewhere else. I have no idea what he has planned.
You'll see in 3 years.
You're dirty. You're dirty.
But no, that's why this shit's so fun, man. That's why this stuff's so fun. Like, they're just opinions, and that's what Sean Beligian and I were texting back and forth last night, and I was like, this is like science. This is when theory becomes law. Theory was Jared Goff is good and the best quarterback in Lions history. Now it's law. It's law. It's written in stone. You cannot change it.
Hey, you know what? One question from me to you. Are you paying a visit to the heavyweights tonight?
I don't even know if that's worth my time.
Ooh, spicy.
You know, Easy's just going to sit up there and pivot and flip-flop, and they're going to deny what they said. They're going to deny that they put up the small hands graphic constantly talking about Jared Goff. They're going to deny, because that's what they do. That's what they do.
You got to defend Spenny a little bit. Like, he was part of it at the beginning.
He wanted Hooker last year.
Yeah, he did. But when he turned,
they lost me when they promised no more slander, and then Goff went out and had a mediocre game, and it was nothing but slander. And fellas, everybody watching, ladies too, Goff's gonna have some bad games.
Oh yeah.
You need to be prepared for that. We're not gonna go undefeated for these next 5 years. It's not gonna happen. Just want to let you know that. And when he has bad games, don't use that as your opportunity to jump on, because there's gonna be a lot more good games that I can use back. Thank you.
Oh man, what a show!
Remember, there are also receipts in the chat of those post-game shows. Like, it's not just us on the mic. There were receipts of those in the chat, and everything that was said every time he threw a duck.
The dude from Florida, what's his name?
Terrell called in today.
Terrell FL. I called him a bitch because he went at Jared Goff after a bad game.
I remember that.
And then you guys made up.
We made up, but that was a bitch move. No more bitch moves out of this fan base. Ride or die, or get the fuck off the bandwagon.
Ooh.
Damn.
Ooh. So do we wrap the show now?
Yeah, take us out, Kool-Aid.
Any final words, Flannel?
I'm good. This is Stick's
Hold
day.
up the sack.
He said
This is Stick's day. All right.
Hold them nuts.
Hey,
wait. What is Froder doing?
But
We're going to have to get J-Mo nutsack, too, so we can hold that.
Oh, that J-Mo one's going to feel real good, too.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
Get some
I've never
black golf
seen a
balls.
number 2, number 3 wide receiver take so much heat. Ever.
Get some black golf balls.
Dog.
Jamison Rice, Jerry Williams. Yep.
Jameson Rice.
Oh my gosh! You know what? We gotta wrap this thing up. Shout out to Stick for dropping by.
Thanks for
now
playing.
I'm worried about which one of my sports takes is he going to come with the flame or not.
This is why we play the game.
That's true.
Why we play the game?
Play the game.
Woo! What a show!
What a show.
What a show! You know what? Shout out to Stick for dropping by. Shout out to our intern Justin. Hey, you know what? This has to become something that's probably a little bit long term. Appreciate the work that you bring, the hustle, the grind. Appreciate you, brother. But let me start with our booth as we wrap this thing up. Thank you, chat family, as well, for the support today. It's been epic on Jared Goff Day. Shout out to Detroit's #1 draft pick in the sound booth, KG. What up, though, brother?
Thank you, man. Hey, great show today. Stick came with the fire. I knew he was about to diss Sam back. It's great, man. And the schedule.
It's a great day for America.
You damn right. Hey, schedule tomorrow, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to our callers, too. I know we had with Chase, Terrell from FL. We had Eduardo.
Snoop,
we had Devin
yep.
Dog. We had Snoop. We had
Freddie.
Mac, Freddie, everybody. Man, thank you guys for calling in. It's been an epic show today. Shout out to Woodward Sports' MVP. It's Tuesday, so you guys already know the TD booth today is the Titty booth.
Breasts.
JB Smooth.
Breasts. Hey, yo, shout out to you guys, man. Especially everyone in the chat. You guys are making me die over here. Hilarious. Yeah. But it's golf season. Hooker, you'll get your reps in, too. You're still my guy no matter what. You'll find another job somewhere else in the NFL. But as of now, it's golf season.
Hey, dope. And for the desk, man, shout out to the vet of the squad, Flannel Sam. Great job today, brother.
Oh, thank you. It was a very action-packed show. I will just say that.
It was?
It was one of those days where you can basically just throw the prep out the window and just say the whole prep Jared Goff.
Yep.
Jared Goff. Jared Goff. Jared Goff.
Jared Goff. Jared Goff.
Jared Goff. Let's rock.
Who's not chanting Jared Goff?
Notice who did not have his hands up. Everybody on the 3-1-3.
I know Stick didn't see JB's hitting the hooker shirt, though.
Hey,
on Jared Goff Day.
Hey, let Hook cook.
No hooker slander.
No hooker slander. No.
Great insurance.
Yeah, see?
Great insurance.
Jared Goff's right hook is good enough.
Hey, you know what? Like we said already, hitting the hooker is a Swiss. And he's the backup quarterback. He's the Swiss backup quarterback. That's hitting the hooker.
Facts.
Shout out to our Lions and our Tigers, beat writer and reporter Matthew Broder. You do great work as always.
Moments like this, baby. This is uniting Detroit. You know, some love it, some hate it, but we got ourselves a franchise quarterback. Let's go.
And it's your boy Brandon Day, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential Detroit Pistons beat writer and reporter. a lover of all things Woodward sports in Detroit and Michigan in general. We appreciate you guys for choosing to kick off Jared Goff Day with the Woo Crew, the whole 5 in the building. A lot of good callers, man. It's been a great day. I hope you guys have a good day. If you haven't already, smash that like button on your way out. We appreciate you guys. It's been Wake Up Woodward.